But Jason, are you ready to get started? Uh,
We kicking off our Halloween. We kicking off our fright month. Shocktober, our horror fest.
oh, I like all of those because I was just gonna say horror movie month, but those had a little twang to it. I like that. But
Thank you.
yes,
We like twine a little bit.
right. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Was It Good Though podcast, where we discuss, debate, and sometimes argue on movies and TV shows, old and new. Dang, I haven't done the intro in so long. I am one of your hosts. My name is Jazz. I am joined by my brother Jason. Jason, how are you feeling this evening?
I am well, Jazz. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited for what we're about to review to get us kicked off. For our all of the names that you just provided. Make sure you copyright those. And we're starting it off with the latest installment of the Saw franchise, Saw X, which translates to Saw 10. For anybody who did not know that,
Jazz.
you are welcome for don't be dry stitching for our episode 70
70 of them
70
things.
piece nuggets. Wow. Whew. But yes, so since we will be discussing and reviewing this movie, that means we will, of course, be spoiling it. But if you don't mind spoiling it, just keep the pod playing. If you want to wait till you see this movie, it is available in theaters. But before you turn the pod off to save it for after you've seen the film, please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, review, all of those things. You know, we love definitely getting ratings and comments on our episodes. So please be sure to do that on our Apple and Spotify. All right, Jason. Um, yeah, should we? I'm trying to figure out the best way to get this started. I just want to go straight in.
Might as well. That's what they did this time around.
Is it?
I mean,
Ah,
there's no trap. Typically, we start out. There's a trap in the beginning. Like you see the people trying to outside the first movie. The first movie,
right.
there was no trap. You get introduced to those first two people that are stuck in the room. But this go around, there is no trap. Well, I mean, technically, if you want to consider John being in the trap or going through a CT scan.
I didn't connect those dots. Okay, I like that because I was just sitting here like, okay, you gave us an introduction to where you're humanizing
Mm-hmm,
John.
mm-hmm.
Like he got humanized a lot in this movie to
That
where
is.
one could possibly label him a what?
No,
An
no,
antagonist
no,
or still
nah.
a murderer, even though he
Anti
didn't commit.
Antagonist. Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay. I thought you like anti-hero. I'm like, nah, that nigga was definitely a villain, no matter which way you no matter which way you
But
put that.
this movie kind of it took the pressure off the brakes.
It
Would
took
you
the who?
say? I mean, like it wasn't like you wasn't stepping on it, like going full speed with how crazy he was. I feel like this movie kind of humanized him to a certain level. I mean, okay, out actually no. Everybody deserved the treatment that they got in this movie from him.
It
So he was
was.
justified.
It was
But
just it was some justified murders, I guess. This go
we
around.
we at the Was a Good Though podcast do not condone murders at all whatsoever, but we are discussing a horror movie which deals with a lot of murder. So yes, but all of it was justified. Yes, Jason, this is true.
Oh man. So I guess the first piece of dialogue is him talking to the doctor that's telling him about the brain scan and how much time he has. I thought this would have brought us back to the first movie, when he was
Mm.
talking to the original doctor in the room, but I guess he was just seeing so many different doctors, second opinions, and things like that. That part was taken off. Um, taking out the movie, but then there's also Jigsaw. I don't know if you've seen that one. That was eight basically, and in that one it was about the guy who mistakenly switched his diagnosis and he put him in the game. Like I was see that's when I was like, yeah, nah, John, you just full of shit, bro. Like that man made a simple mistake.
Listen, yeah, I mean, so I think where we're at with this because in the first one we were earlier on during his sickness. And in this one, we were obviously, he only had 3 more months.
When you say early on, Jazz, we got to remember this is part two. This is
I know,
1.5.
right?
So
So in part one,
it wasn't that much time in between. So he was always that sick. Like you never.
no, I mean like when you think about when he went to go speak to the doctor in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a flashback.
Mm-hmm.
When he was speaking to the doctor in the first one, but then he was also in the bed getting tests ran on him in the first one as well, because Zed, which is one of the hospital folks, was walking
Mm-hmm.
around and he knew his name and everything. So he was pretty much, I mean, like we know that Salt jumps around on the timeline a lot. You
The
are a
worst.
fan of the timeline that Saul has.
Man, it's the worst timeline I've seen in movie history. Like Star Wars, like I said, they went to Star Wars and was like, nah, I can fuck it up worse. Watch. And they did.
I mean, yeah,
They
yeah.
have at least 8 movies that span over 2 weeks. For somebody that's terminally ill, Jigsaw, he got to be top ranked villain, because like how are you doing all this, like able body and unable with a team or not? Like how is
Top
he even?
rank,
He gotta be the way he moving.
Jason. You
No,
putting Jigsaw in your top 5 villains?
easily. He's definitely going in there. You can kick
It's
that
a
out.
tier.
You can kick that shit off right now. If we was to talk about iconic, are we doing? I'm not gonna do villains, because villains you introducing comic book shit. We ain't doing that. We are in October. We keeping it with killers this month. So top 5 iconic killers. Is Jigsaw not making your top 5? I don't have to know your top 5. If you want the people to know your top 5, that's fine as well. But you're telling me that John Kramer doesn't make that?
I don't. No, he doesn't.
Oh, who is your 5 then? Who is your number 5? Because I can,
Oh,
because
number
who
five.
does, yeah, because if he doesn't make 5, I don't see how he don't make 5. You got a shirt on.
I
I
mean, I
just
got a
seen that
shirt that's got the top 3 on there already,
at the top.
and at
That's
the
the top.
top, and then
Okay.
let me raise it up. You got Pennywise in there as well, so
Okay.
that's 4.
Okay.
And so for me, I might actually throw. Oh, and this might be from left field, but I'm gonna throw it in there because he was
You
wilding.
bet not.
I'm gonna throw Leatherface in there.
Okay. I thought you was gonna say
So
pump. I thought you was gonna go with that Pumpkinhead, because we sort of had this
no,
conversation and
we did.
you mentioned Pumpkinhead. I'm like, man, she bet the fuck not.
I mean, hypothetically, Pumpkinhead was kind of doing what John is doing, except it was a entity that was actually going after people, killing them, that did that person wrong.
There we go. It was a little dirty
So,
screen.
but now, who's your top 5? Since we're here,
Definitely Ghostface. Definitely Michael. I'm probably gonna put Michael before Ghostface. If they get 7 right, I will crown them. Um. Uh. So I got Ghostface, Michael. Damn. Now the pressure's on, right?
right? I'm sitting here like the fact that Chucky, you ain't said
Okay,
Chucky.
so that's what I'm thinking. Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah,
You got he's in your 3.
yeah, he is. Yeah.
Chucky then Jigsaw. Chucky then Jigsaw. That's who I would put in mind as far as iconic. Because at this point, like 20 spanning over 20 years, um, I would like to play a game. Just that's just me.
I mean, so since we're here talking about that, I will put Jigsaw in top 5 best horror slogans, because a lot of them either have their own song or they got their own slogan. Michael doesn't talk, so he don't be saying nothing. But
Does the music don't count?
no, you can count the music.
Okay,
You have some that have a
I'm gonna say
slogan and then
go.
they have music. Freddie got a whole song.
You do.
Like, and then of course we got Jigsaw has his slogan, like, I want to play a game. Ghostface got their slogan of what's your favorite horror movie. Scary movie,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Oh, oh, be
I
careful
think
now.
let me give me a chance to correct myself, Jason. And then you have Chucky that has like what, I want to be your friend forever or some shit, like, or some stalker vibes.
Yeah.
I'm a good guy, but you just killed somebody. But
I
so
mean,
I will put Jigsaw in that top for sure. And
since
I
you're
think
doing,
it's
go ahead.
I think it's dope to have a horror icon that has their own song or slogan.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it. You know, it's like I'm not. I don't know. I don't think about with the actual slogan. But since we're just doing top five, we're doing through the horror real quick. The last, no, not last top five, but because we're here and it makes sense. Does Jigsaw make your top five horror franchises? Now, you did just mention The Purge when we was in here. I don't know if you want to consider that in franchise in that or not. Now I do consider now I so what do we as far as parameters for horror? What is it? What do you need for it to be classified as a horror movie? Because I know you kind of go back and forth on some stuff you like. So I'm gonna just throw it out there. Like, so for me, like I said, I consider Juice a horror movie. Like I consider that a horror movie. It's you have somebody, with the motive to kill, somebody that's psychotic, um, somebody who is I guess is motive plotting and planning that'll go in that I guess that goes into motive, right?
Right.
So I guess I couldn't use that, but yeah.
I mean, what I so I think about all that stuff, and then I think about within the franchises how many of the movies I enjoyed, which is where Final Destination falls off for me, because I would put Final Destination in my top, but they fell off for me. The first two films, in my opinion, was the best one, and we have debates about the latest one that they dropped. I say it's trash, but you say it was good.
I enjoyed
We
it.
can agree to disagree on that one. But would I put Jigsaw in that? Absolutely. Now, out of the 10, three of them I hated.
Which
And
three?
unfortunately, oh my God, I hated 9. Spiral should not have been made. Spiral should not even exist. I don't know why the fuck they decided to waste Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson's time. Anybody who thought that movie was good, I'm questioning your movie skills of like good quality. Yeah, I said that. Like Spiral was terrible.
It wasn't that bad.
It was, Jason, what would you give it out of 10? Don't worry, I'll
Um,
wait. We'll wait.
we're not waiting too
No,
long on
no, let's
that.
go.
No, it's not.
What,
It's not.
Jason, out of
It's
10.
it.
Jason, out of 10.
I'm going five. Five is watchable,
That's
but
not good.
it's in my I didn't say I recommend it to people. I just said it's watchable. It's not horrible. Like I like Annihilation.
Annihilation was not horrible.
It's
It was
horrible.
just like, what are y'all doing?
Oscar Grant, Natalie Portman, horrible. That's horrible.
Had
That's a horrible
had a
movie to me.
that cast. Like, what are y'all doing?
Like, come on, Tessa Thompson, man, you Queen and Slim, put that bitch in there too. Them are horrible movies.
Don't bring that up, because anybody who said no to that, y'all don't understand the entertainment that we could have brought you if we were to review that movie.
I
Jason
appreciate y'all.
doesn't want to do it.
I appreciate y'all looking out for me.
I'm
Thank you.
like, it's not about the movie. It's about Jason getting irritated the entire time of the review. So I'm going to put it out there again so you can listen to this clip and vote the right way. Like, what are y'all doing? But back to Saul. Oh no, Jason. You're because you asked me my least favorite Saw film out of the 10. What is your least favorite?
Well, I said you said three of them you hated. I was talking about them. What three did you hate?
Oh, so the 3 that I hated, I only dropped one because I wasn't sure if we were going to go down this road yet. But I'm gonna say in this order, it's going to be 5, 6, and 9.
Hell no, six was good, bro. Six was good. I
I could
enjoyed
not
six a lot.
stand the whole Jill and Hoffman storyline. I did not enjoy it.
Jordan, Hoffman, Jill, and that was 7.
No, this is the one where you had the insurance guy
Mm-hmm.
and his whole crew was
Yeah,
office.
cop in a yeah, he lied about the no, that was 7. That's 7. He lied. 6 is it was the insurance crew. Yeah, he said
Yeah.
I like that one. I think that was one of the better games, personally. That's why I enjoyed that one a lot.
I don't know which game I like the most. I don't have that. So I'd have to think on that one. I won't challenge you on the game, but it's just like the story, the whole movie. I was like, all right.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Um, like we had to pick his top 6 who's gonna save. And there was some he put him in some fucked up situations only for him to be in the game of the
I
family
mean,
to pick who was
6 had
going
a lot better games than 5.
easily. Easily. 4 was annoying. But yeah. But yeah, top 5. So you said Jigsaw top 5 horror franchise?
Yeah. It's always been my
Yeah.
top 5 franchises.
Yeah. It'll definitely make mine. Definitely make mine. But in this movie we gotta pretend a pretend a pretend what is it? Pretend trap for the first time where John kind of imagined him putting a man through a trap.
I thought that trap was dope, and I hate that it wasn't one that was actually used.
I
Like
mean,
I would have enjoyed to see that, but the thing is with this trap,
mhm.
the person survives. He just ain't gonna see no more. So with them losing, he survives. That's what makes that trap different from the other ones that he actually had people go through. Because you think about who actually lost the game but survived the trap.
The dude in 7,
Which
his
one?
wife,
The
his
one
his
that went.
the one who lied about being in it, and he had to go
Mm.
say he had to save his wife at the end. So they made him actually put himself in the trap that he actually said he was in before. And
But
he
he failed it. But didn't
you,
she
you
die?
said you said no, that is not what you asked. You said
All right.
if they lose
All
and
right.
don't die.
All right. Okay, okay, you got me, you got me. Okay, motherfucker.
Okay, so that wasn't Jigsaw running that game. See, Hoffman was cheating too, because that was some bullshit. She
I
put
mean
her in it.
Hoffman and Amanda. We're
I
gonna get to them.
we understand what I mean. This movie kind of it. I like how they go into that, like they kind of go into why Amanda was the way she was. You can kind of see it in here, like her personality, within this one.
Please highlight that because I didn't see any of that. I mean, I got the father-daughter relationship between them,
Oh
and
no
it
no
like
no!
she
I'm talking about referring to like well
like why she became started becoming an addict again and started harming herself again because everything that they were doing and seeing and started having an emotional effect on her.
yeah. Yeah, but then Hoffman he blackmailed her too though. So
I mean, yeah, because she was there when he lost his baby. So
yeah, it's like Hoffman was working. He was working so many different angles from the beginning. Like he was already trying to get in. He was trying to get in and get out real quick.
he played it smart. But
He
did you
did.
like how did you feel about this trap though?
About the eye trap.
Yeah.
I liked it. I know they dropped a video before the movie even came out. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch the trailer because I stuff like this that's kind of like a prequel. I don't like it's we know John's not going to die, so it's just like all right. When I'm going into it, I'd much rather just be super blind and I don't want to know nothing except we know he in the trailer. So it's like, damn, how is he in the trailer? And then they drop, oh well, this is like 1.5, really number one if you want to think of that, whatever, bitch. But yeah,
How did you ignore this trailer as many times as you go to the theaters?
I time it well. I time the movies well. So like whenever I go, I don't think this is ever popped up in any movie I've seen, to be honest. Like I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I never seen it in there. Mm.
I think it showed when I went to go see The Haunting in Venice. Terrible movie. Don't go to theaters and see that. Watch it at the crib. Um, but yeah, I hate that I saw this trailer because the trailer explained the entire movie.
Yeah, see, I'm glad.
Nothing in this shocked me at all whatsoever. I expected a lot what I saw, which took a lot of enjoyment away from me. Because when I first saw the trailer, I mean, but normally the trailers lie. You look at the trailer and you be like,
it's a
oh,
prequel.
okay.
It's a prequel though. That's why I don't. That's another reason I don't like prequels. You can't really. You have to really do a lot to make a prequel like be fire.
I've seen some fire prequels. We've discussed some fire prequels. Prey is a fire prequel.
But that's completely different. That's completely different. If you're gonna go 400, 500 years beforehand, you really that.
Let me say this:
almost a new story.
The Orphan First Kill was a fire prequel, and I was gonna bring that up because this movie and that,
yeah, I know that I was
had a lot of
it's
similarities.
It's not that fire though.
I mean, it's not better than the first one, but neither is this. But we'll get there. In my opinion. Obviously, yeah. Hands up. So when dude saw John checking him out because he was about to steal this sick guy's watch and ring, John over here like, good choice. I was like, all right. Like, I was like, what? Like, he's not going to steal in front of you. He's going to come back and do it. He's going to wait till you're gone.
I think, I don't know. I don't think he would.
He's going to wait a week to make sure his supervisor does not hit him up about him stealing or ask any questions. He's going to be like, let me make sure I look around the corner a lot better before I start stealing people's shit.
I guess I don't know with that. I don't know when John begins to stalk people. That I guess because I was asked when, like, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a trilogy, and it's like, how would they do it or where would it come from? I would have to assume it's how does John pick? Like we know in the original games how he picked them people. They all had something to do with certain things that was around him, but like, how does he begin to stalk and pick certain people in certain situations? Like we know what the reason was here, but I would love to see that process. Like what made him pick certain things?
I mean, he just people watch. He goes to the park with his notepad and he draws new traps and he looks around at people. Like you can go people watch sitting in New York Central Park.
But But he's not just people watching. He's
I mean, that's what you're gonna see. He's people watching, and then he's just like, okay, let me follow that person.
Like he just for what? I'm just gonna
he doesn't have shit else to do, Jason.
He is terminally ill, man.
I'm talking about
prior to what? He's always been like that. Because at first,
prior to where it got to this level,
it wasn't no prior. Hell, he was always. Outside of when he went, because when he wasn't sick, he tried to take himself out. Like I don't know when he wasn't.
He was trying to take. He was trying to take himself out after he found out he was sick, but
and the baby
when he
got
lost his child, he just snapped.
But I guess when he was sick, he was at least, he was in a cancer support group. We see a familiar face. We got Miles. We got Miles from Soul Food.
You think he's still out here cheating?
Yes, I do. Like I said, even if because I am a Saw fan, you see this man's face, you like, I know there's more to him. He's too big to not be somebody more than a cancer patient. But we see him begin. John out signing his will testament of his life, and he just randomly pop up at a bagel a stand. I don't know where they live at. I wish I did so I could better to say like where niggas just popping up out of nowhere.
I don't think they ever said where they were. because it was wherever it is, it just has a bunch of abandoned factories. So maybe like Philly,
Pennsylvania.
Jersey, Baltimore, to where you
Yeah,
have those kind of locations. But yeah, I don't know. When I saw this scene when he was just like showing his tummy at breakfast, I'm
his
like, you
tummy.
already lying. Who does that? Like we outside. You putting like stomach hairs on my bagel.
He wasn't
And
that
it's just
damn.
like,
He wasn't that damn close. And his
let me
his stomach is
Jason,
bare.
let me exaggerate a little bit. But as soon as he did that, and I'm not gonna lie, when I suspected him, but then I was like, well, maybe he did get the surgery. Because I'm just like, are you just walking around with that on your stomach? But he had to.
If
So
he
you
had
just knew what
surgery, yeah.
John was gonna be. Well, no,
And see, and that's where it's like that's why I'm like, damn, it's like, okay, he just, because I mean, things like that happen in real life. Like, I could see somebody somewhere 2 weeks, like have you been on vacation and run into somebody like just out?
on vacation that I knew, no.
I've done that so many different times. It's something like, bro, the world is small. Like I've been Orlando, Florida. I ran into a high school classmate. I was in Vegas. I ran into some customers at my old job. Like it's I've New York fit like I just run into people and not at concerts. That's the weird thing. It'll be different. I'm at a concert because everybody's going to a concert.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers just be out like what the is that you? Like, so it's just like, so shit like this happens. So you just see somebody in the street, it's like, oh damn. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. And I'm not gonna lie, my autopilot is gonna have me not speak. Unless it's somebody I'm
of
cool with. But
course.
if it's somebody like I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not speaking. I'm just turning the other way.
So if you was John, you got the means, you talk to this man, you seen him in the cancer treatment group, he tells you he got a treatment, the procedure fixed, just go to this website. Like, are you doing it? I know you would probably look it up, but are you
I
doing
would
it?
I would definitely look it up, but I guess if you don't do it, you're gonna die anyway. If you do it, there's a chance you could live longer or live, period. But anytime you're going out of the country doing these kind of procedures, and I know this is a common thing, even, folks going to either Mexico or the DR to get some type of cosmetic surgery or anything like that because it's cheaper or stuff is not approved by the FDA. And so, I mean, I understood what he was doing because it's just like he's staring death down the face, in the face. You get 3 months and it's just like that money that you got in your bank, you can't do nothing with it when you die. I mean, you can give some of it to your ex-wife, but she's gonna take her new boyfriend out, which is probably what he thought Jill was gonna do. So I don't know what you doing.
No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Well, I have the means, so I take it back. I got the means.
Money is not an object for you.
It's not. So I'm taking my chance, even with I don't have a family. He does have the will to live at this point. So yeah, I probably would. I would take my chances. I probably would definitely do some more research um on the people, but at that point you're looking to expand your life.
And plus, he didn't really have, because I mean, you think about it, when did Saw 1 release?
2004, 2003, I think.
So you think about it that way, this was probably early 2000s. So we're going back in time anyway. You can tell because he had his flip phone. And
2004.
so, okay, so flip phone vibes was popping. So he was probably just like, I can't spend weeks or months trying to do research on this. And plus, somebody who was in my group took this and they like, he's out here doing great. So it's kind of like when you get a recommendation from somebody that you just like, okay, if it worked for them, it should work for me. It's just he didn't realize you got parasites showing up to your cancer meetings, which is crazy, but I honestly feel like people do that.
Oh yeah, no, you go. I'm pretty sure you're a doc person. So I'm pretty sure you done ran across a doc where people have been scamming in multiple different ways. I don't know if you've seen anybody like this to this magnitude, but they
You said I'm
have
a what kind of person?
documentary person. You watch documentaries. I don't know if you've seen one like this or not. What? You know?
I mean, well, I've seen series like it, like Dope Sick.
Mm-hmm.
Dope Sick has me paranoid of the entire medical field of like anytime a doctor try to subscribe me something, I'd be like, you trying to get me hooked? Like, you trying to get like, what is this? I'm asking them questions. They're like, we just want to help your pain. Now, fuck that. I don't want to get addicted. I seen what happened to Sarah in Dope Sick. She's not in the union no more. But but no, like, yeah, I feel like a lot because those are the people that are trying to, they're sick and they're the easiest ones to be preyed on, just like old people. Mm-hmm. So, and there's a lot of parasites out there and leeches.
Even the crazy thing when it comes to as far as the easiest to leech on is like, I think it's like Gen Z and older, like baby boomers. Like those are like the top people to get scammed this day and age. And it's kind of crazy to think about. Like, damn, you bitches ain't paying attention to the shit.
How is Gen Z out here getting scammed like that?
I don't understand it myself, but this is like, how? Like,
didn't we teach them anything?
we losing recipes.
You're right. They can't even cook no more. Like, can't even be on the grill,
bruh. But John takes this trip. He makes it out to Mexico City. He gets picked up by this trusted driver as this man is going around. I think it's Diego, right? I think it's Diego. Is showing him. He's showing him all these different places, which, you know, at this point it's like, okay, these are just gonna be Easter eggs that's gonna come back. Because he said, here go the man that people get killed at this. It was something like something about the
it was a statue to where it's just like, I guess it was one of the gods that will, or masters that will take the heart out of their servants. And that's a big tourist attraction. And he doesn't understand why. Yes, and I'm sitting here like, oh, all right. I didn't rewatched it, seen this twice. I still don't understand what that Easter egg implied or if it implied anything.
It was a part of that Mateo's trap. That's what Mateo, when the mask closed, that was the same face of that statue that they seen. But that was it. That's it.
I mean, he didn't remove his heart. Well, I mean, piece of his brain.
It didn't. No, it didn't do that, but it closed. Man, the game, I don't know, the games in here was kind of sick to me. Outside of 3, because in 3 they couldn't win, but in this one here, I was looking at these games like, bruh.
I didn't like the games in this.
Wow.
I thought the games in this were kind of weak.
Really? I was this is the first time I probably was squeamish. I don't think I've ever really been squeamish, really.
I mean, because it's like, okay, you got to remove this from your arms. You got to cut your leg off. The removing the brain was kind of wild. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was like top tier. Like, oh shit. But when Gabriella was in her trap, mm-hmm. she actually got the least life-threatening trap out of everybody.
I think it's because he liked her, but I also feel like with
he was trying to fuck
him, he brought
we tequila. Know what, like, he brought a tequila. Did. Anytime somebody try to buy you a bottle of tequila, you already know what the vibes is. He ain't have to waste it though. I was like, John, you in Mexico wasting? Like, I know it was top shelf too. I need to go back and look and see what the brand was, because I might need to order that and then do a shot.
If it ain't Reposado, I don't really drink, but if I do have my tequila, Reposado, a little smoother, a lot cleaner.
It is, because sometimes tequila will try to kill you as it's going down. Like, you dying, but you're just like, all right, we
live. So he's with his driver and they get cut off by a van. Get out the car, guns, bruh, scam. Off top. Oh no, I don't even know who the fuck y'all is. I'm dipping. Cause why do we need that much? First off, I don't know if the cartel was hot at this time, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Pablo been out there for a while.
I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure the car like no I
This
don't
wasn't this
fuck the surgery. I don't need it no more.
Jason. This wasn't the cartel though.
I don't need the surgery no more. Because why are you pulling guns on me to protect me to another place?
I just didn't think this scene was needed. I was like, what are we doing? And I knew you said what was his name? Diego
Yeah.
in the car.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Diego was involved because how he put his hands up. He put his hands up like a snitch. I've seen it in every mobster movie. So he put his hands up like, well, I got y'all another one. He's like, I got y'all another victim. And then it was like, what's your name? They asked him twice. They didn't ask for no identification. They didn't ask for none of that. I at least asked him for his passport. He just said, yeah, that's me. Jason, you ask somebody the same question twice and they say the same answer, you're going to be like, all right, I believe them. Come on. I repeat lies sometimes too. Like, no. But I'm just like, you could have asked for his passport. Then it was like, oh, my bad. You good. Get in the back of our van so we can take you where you're supposed to be. I looked at this thing and I was like, yo, y'all for real?
I mean, it was, so the main thing within that, it was just to, like I said, they want to throw him off. They just trying to throw him off a game. Maybe he not paying attention. He's thinking about other things within this because you know, talking about that's the welcome wagon, bitch. Nah.
So you think it was just to make him pretty much believe that the insurance companies were legit after them because they were legit to where they were authentic, like okay.
That was my thought process. It's just the whole thing of we got to make this look. We got to make it look like, hey, we know this isn't a legit thing, but it is a real thing, and this is the lengths we going to keep this thing secure.
Can you imagine when they got the text? It's like, all right, we need y'all to roll up in the van today. We got somebody coming, and they putting a mask on. Like, all right, you ready? It reminds me of like Malibu's Most Wanted.
I haven't seen that. I seen some of it.
Fuck. All right, with Tay Diggs and Anthony Anderson. Jason, add that to your damn list.
I started watching it. I always start stuff, and if it don't be funny, I'll be like, bump off.
I mean, Sausage Party was a lot funnier than that, but it was still pretty decent. You had Regina Hall and you had Randy.
Yeah. I mean, he's a lead. Jamie McKinnon the lead.
Yeah. So they get to the house and you got Gabriella open the door. And she's just giving off this innocent facade. And I feel like it kind of reminded him of the doctor from the beginning of the movie. Because like Jigsaw gives off really polite, nice vibes and energy. Like he has manners. And you wouldn't think he's a psycho. Like that he didn't kill somebody yesterday when he's just like, thank you so much for your help. He's just so polite. When he saw somebody, like he watched Amanda stab her junkie friend in the chest to get a key. So it's just, but I guess her being nice to him during that one evening just had such a major effect on him. He was like, oh, I got to bring her a bottle. But
what you got? What gesture must be done for you to bring a bottle to him, Jess?
To who?
You.
To my mark? I'm not bringing.
I mean, to anybody. Like I said, what gesture must be done for you to give somebody a bottle? That's what I asked.
That's not what this episode is about.
But I asked the question. You gonna dance around it? What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, what gesture? So if it's somebody that I'm feeling, and if it's something that I know that he likes,
got you.
But it has to be obviously somebody who I'm like, okay, there's an investment there. Not no, it's a baby. Like,
you don't do just a kind gesture.
I don't do not no buying a bottle kind gesture. It's got to be a solid. I'm gonna win this book kind of spade gesture if I'm bringing a bottle.
This one man here, man. I play. You know what? I do play high percentage games as well, but as far as just purchasing something like that, it is. You like that? All right, cool. Because sometimes it's easier to get that as opposed to like trying to go think about a gift. Sometimes I'm that type of that person.
But I guess it depends on the kind of the person that you're speaking about, though. If it's
Of
somebody that
course.
you care about, then yeah, buy a bottle. Like that's nothing.
No.
Like
We
what?
talking about just we ain't talking about nobody you care about. You don't even care about them. You just
Oh, so like a random?
it's
A
just
random
like
ain't getting no bottle.
somebody who been nice to you. Like somebody just a nice gesture. You like, okay. And you probably see them getting it stuck out.
Mm. It depends. It depends. Cause me, I try to do something creative. Cause I'd be the one if I want to do like a really nice gesture, get you a bottle and a glass set to go with it.
Okay.
That's classy. But
Yes,
then I'm gonna be mad in 3 months. Like I just spent that money on that nigga. Like
so back to the movie. Um,
drinking that bottle with somebody else. I ain't bought, messing it up for anybody in the future.
uh, John meets Cecilia. She already looks sketchy. Talking about the welcome wagon just because of big pharma, and they got to make sure they hide it and keep everything around. She's walking them around the plantation because that's what white people do. They love plantations. And we get introduced to Carlos. Carlos and his dad. I think Carlos is the guy from Spiral. I do think that. I think that'll be a later reveal. Like he probably changed his name. Dad died some wild. He probably changed his name or whatnot. But I do think that.
Now that would be a fire twist. It would be.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. Would be a really fire twist. Damn, that's got me like kind of enjoying this more, even though you're just speculating. But it might make me appreciate Spiral more because I fucking hate that movie.
I mean, because it's just like, I mean, Hoffman, he did make a trap to make it look like Jigsaw, but Jigsaw was like, yeah, nah, that I'm a lot cleaner than what you're doing. Stop playing with me. You will be tested before this is all just said and done. um, and then, like I said, John walking around the facility, he's getting introduced. He introduced to Mateo, Valentina. You see this one guy with a little band-aid on his
Parker.
Parker Sears with the band-aid on his throat. Like, what do you think about this scene? This whole let me show you the facilities.
I'm sitting here like, so y'all mean to tell me y'all took Joe's whole capsule space, how he had women locked up that didn't want to
Oh
date him no
shit.
more, and you brought it here to Mexico, is what I saw. And it's in one little space. But like, and I understand, like, okay, if you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, obviously a facility is not going to be as top shelf as doing it in a hospital.
Mhm.
Like it's some, underground type of shit that you're doing. When I was looking at the scene, I was just like, all of this just seems perfect timing. It's perfect timing that you have another patient in there when John comes. It's perfect timing that, okay, John, we'll go ahead. Parker's done with his test. Now it's your turn. And he just had his surgery the day before. Because realistically, if you think about it, hypothetically, since Parker already had his surgery, he should be at that same facility John was after John's surgery. But that motherfucker was still in the queue. So, but obviously, John's not thinking about that. He's just like, I'm not going to die in 3 months.
So he's not thinking about that today because
Right. Yeah.
he's going into that's it. But this nigga done got how you get inserted? You sitting up like just nothing. Just you just went through a whole cancer, whatever this terminal illness surgery, and you just sitting up here talking.
Had one cough. I ain't even seen no blood in his hand. I need you coughing up blood if you just had some damn surgery in your throat. I would have been looking like, you all right? Like I don't see no splats of blood or nothing. I'm like, so I just didn't trust that. And it was yeah. But Cecilia was selling him all of this, showing him the sunset, like, oh, you gonna rise?
Man, she
Everything's gonna
got
rise for
everything.
you, John.
She got everything. She just not. we'll talk about that. But she got everything she deserved, right? Because I was thinking the more she kept doing it, and because I didn't know, that was the only twist that was the only twist that mattered. That I was like, oh yeah, that. And it's like Jason, you knew that, like you knew, like it was like you knew it wasn't going to be that. But I'm looking at the movie like, bruh, imagine 250,000 cancer, and these motherfuckers just cut your hair, bro. That's the most expensive haircut
I
in
didn't
the
even think they
fucking
cut his
world.
hair. I thought they was just because when he looked in the mirror, I didn't see no edge up. They didn't do nothing to his head, Jason. You at least would think that they would cut it a little bit. Give me something. I would have done that.
Make me feel it. Make me feel like it hurt.
Give me some kind of pain. Cut my shit a little bit.
This bitch
Cut
ass,
into my
this
head.
bitch ass nigga
They
walked around for a week with wraps on his head, Chad.
didn't even wash his shit. He couldn't even wash it because he thought, I don't want to infect my surgery. And he probably was feeling good too. He ain't coughed in a whole week.
Oh man, but Jay,
Still
but that's like when it's like when your mama say it's like what, like your mama said, if you laugh, you ain't sick no more. So I guess it was just like
anytime parents say that, they hating. I'm still sick. It's just that joke that you told me was funny as shit. Hell, keep it up. You're funny. I'm laughing when I'm sick, but nah. And so, John wakes up the next day. He's ready for surgery. He runs into Carlos, young man that was kicking his ball, and him and John were talking. And I knew this was gonna come back up when John was just like, he really didn't understand Spanish, and he was like, "What's the term for pool?" Do you think at this moment John knew he was going? There's no way he knew it was going to be a trap. There's no way he thought he was going to need a trap right there. So I was just like, I thought it was a coincidence where he was just like, only words you want to learn today is pool, my nigga. Like,
I told you, it's Batman. John Kramer is Batman.
You never said that.
I did. You remember I said Jigsaw was like the sadistic Batman. I did say that. I forgot when I said it. But I was like, he's like the sadistic Bruce Wayne. Like, I'm just saying, like, who's thinking about, I might need to put some shit together in Mexico.
Do you really think that he had a plan of putting a trap together in Mexico?
You think it was just convenient like that? So what so then my next question, when the fuck did he get time to put all this shit together before they ran away?
I'm sitting here thinking that trap that he had for Mateo, where did you get that sculpture to even put in this? And I'm not gonna lie to you, Amanda needs a fucking pay raise. Like, she needs a pay raise because they did a whole montage of her snatching everybody up. Amanda was working alone. I'm sorry, Amanda, love yourself more, sis, because John is using the fuck out of you. Like, that's crazy to me. And this is Jason. Amanda was working overtime over 3 movies. And he got the nerve to look at her while he on his motherfucking deathbed talking about, Amanda, we don't need you right now. Like he did in Saw 3. And was like, you can leave the room. I would have been like, wait a minute. I done helped you kill like 17 people. And you want to act different in front of this nurse bitch? I'm just saying, I kind of understand why she lashed out the way she did in part 3. Because Amanda was stacking bodies on bodies on bodies with that ugly ass haircut.
Yeah, I don't know. Amanda just wasn't, for somebody who knew John and to being so super involved and in tune, she wasn't in tuned enough with what was going on. Like at any point he could be testing anybody, and he was testing 3 people at the same time. So that just goes to how dope John was. Like, he's running the game while he lets you run the game, but I'm still watching. It's like a manager. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm doing this, but I'm still watching you. I want to see how you move, and I see you're not listening to what I'm saying.
I ain't got time for that, because I'm just sitting here like, at one point you're thinking you're watching a game being played while you're also in the game without you even knowing. In my mind, I'm thinking you should be sitting like paranoid as hell, because I can put his sick ass in a game. But she loved him too much. Or I guess, yeah, she loved him too much.
Something
But
like that. Something like that. But they do put John through the surgery. We just mentioned it wasn't a real surgery, but at this moment, he is getting the surgery. They have a TV screen. Before they do this, they tell him he has to be awoke during this. So he's going to be awake the entire time. He's going to be able to see it. He's going to be in and out. So he wakes up, he sees the TV screen, he sees them in the back of his head, and you see the doctor kind of look at him. The doctor sees that he's looking at the screen, and he tells him, "Hey, turn that." And they say, "Okay, now we got to put you back to sleep. We got to put you back to sleep." It's like they woke him up just enough to see what they was doing. I know we got to put you back to sleep. No.
I mean, they were selling it because I was sitting, like when I was watching it, I was like, "Oh shit, they really back there." But it looked like he was just not doing nothing. So I'm just thinking, so y'all just opened up his brain, played around a little bit, then cut it, like close it back up. But this scene, I immediately thought of Saw 3 because when he got the surgery from the doctor in there, she said, "You have to be responsive." And she was like, "You can't be under any kind of medication. Sedation, right. Because when she was like, "John, move your hand for me, move your hand," and he did it in this movie as well. So I actually thought this scene was pretty dope connection to Saw 3.
I agree.
There was
a few connections to Saw 3. Like when he was sketching that picture, there was the trap of the guy that killed the husband and wife's child. It was the black guy, and he had his head inside the trap.
I was wondering what trap that was because I was like, I know it's not Amanda's trap because she had already went through it. So I was curious of like, okay, what trap is this? And I was thinking of any kind of headgear, but you're absolutely right. We just didn't see it to its full, I guess, 100% of what the trap was because he was like, "Look, I don't survive this. Like, I'm done making traps." If they would have done the surgery, John wouldn't have been back to his old ways of killing people. He was gonna give it up, but it's their fault that he decided to stay on this track. But
whoa! He was a life coach. He was helping people realize their potential. That's it.
The people in my theater, when he was telling that lie, they were laughing so hard. When he told Cecilia, she was like, "I'm sure you probably work on cars." He was like, I'm kind of like a life coach. I help people with," and they just laughing, and I'm sitting here like, yeah, he just lying. Like he does the shit that the same people he snatches up in his traps do. So it was good to see him actually in a trap himself. I appreciated that from this film, but we'll definitely get there. But how'd you feel about when Cecilia came and showed him some kind of documentation of his results? And John looking at it like he know what the fuck he's looking at. John was like, "I am good. I am good."
Whenever he get confused, he get replaced. He was like,
oh. Whole hand on his face.
I'd be like, "Man, this dude here," but I mean, I would assume he would, because I do feel like people who go to doctors often, they are super familiar. I just think of it like a diabetic when they're testing their blood sugars and their glucose levels and things of that nature. They know more about that than the average person because we're not checking it. Or just like a doctor. So I mean, I didn't see no issue. No problem there. Only thing I seen was just like shit. The doctor said, don't get your head wet. I'm taking that shit out. Let me see what my bruise was like. I got surgery. I pulled my shirt off. I'm looking at my stomach like, whoa, how crazy am I gonna look? But this is what mine wasn't bad. But I definitely I'm looking.
Only stitches I got was in my finger, and I got some on my eyebrow, but I didn't take the wrapping off like fresh out of the surgery to see. But I was also a kid. Like I was like maybe 7 or 8 when I got those stitches. But yeah, because you got to keep the bandages on there and it can't get wet just so obviously it can heal, and then take the stitches out, all the other shit. But they was like, "All right, John, give us a week to leave, and then
take that shit out. You can check everything." And so he does the whole Problem Child 2 reveal. If you don't know what I'm referring to, when a young lady went and got surgery, Peter and Junior made her get a new nose. She does the whole takes everything off. And I'm like, oh shit. That's the only two I was like, I was in the movie like, oh fuck, they did what? Oh, he finna fuck him up. Remember, I didn't watch the trailer. I didn't know the synopsis. I was just like, oh shit. If I watched the trailer, I'd probably be mad right now. But since I didn't, I'm good.
Did you say that? Did you say that in the movie? Okay, so for someone who did watch the trailer, yes, because I knew everything that was going to happen. I would have loved to not have even fucking seen the trailer because I think I would have enjoyed this movie 10 times more than what I did. Because I'm just sitting here like, nah, there's no way they explain this entire movie in the trailer. No way. Let me give them the benefit of the fucking doubt because they know better. They don't, Jason. They don't. Go watch the trailer after this review. You're going to be like, oh, hell yeah. They said everything in this fucking trailer. They did.
And that's
because my thing is, you
Right.
don't have to do that. I feel like if you are an established franchise, you do not have to put everything in a trailer. You don't. Show me some traps, show me the fucking doll, and that's it. That's it.
I'm not mad at that.
It doesn't need to be any kind of story. Yeah, that's my biggest issue.
Yeah, as I say, yes, I am a hypocrite. I've been 4K on not watching. So look, I do have parameters when it comes to trailers. I don't give a damn. I do not watch them for the most part. Let me say that. Let me say that. Just like Black Lives Matter, 2 is silent. Some shit don't have to be said, but that's what the fuck people are saying. So, Saw, it's an established franchise. This is the 10th movie. I don't need to watch a trailer. I'm going. I don't care what the people saying, how they saying it. I'm gonna have my own opinion at the end of it. I did happen to watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes, this is an established company brand, but the last previous outing was ass. So I did watch the trailer just to see what it was gonna be like. I watched the first one. I didn't watch any more. But that's just me. There's certain things I go ahead and watch unless it's like if it's the first one, like it lives inside. I'm not just gonna go see that based off the goddamn off the poster. Like I want to see what the fuck this movie is about.
I do have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Since we are here talking about a movie that has 10 movies, 10 movies in its franchise, this is the second movie we've gotten this year that hit number 10. Because a couple of months ago, we got Fast X.
Mm-hmm.
X is all over the place. Jason.
XXX.
Well, we don't got a third X.
It ain't come out yet. Next year.
Well, we talking about 2023.
I understand. I'm just saying.
But let me ask you this. Out of the 2 franchises, because I know that you are a fan of both, which is going to make this question more entertaining.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Why you didn't ask Crystal that? Why you gotta ask me?
I'll see Crystal at the end of the month and I'll ask her. So we'll bring it back. So, Jason, between the Fast and the Furious franchise, and the Saw franchise, which one is your favorite if you had to pick?
That's wild. That is a wild fucking pick. I'm not gonna lie to you. Man. And I loved them for different reasons too. Because okay, fuck that. I'm gonna go with the Fast. I'm gonna go with Fast because I like a lot more of those. Like I genuinely just like those movies. I personally don't think there's a bad one. there are a few bad Saw movies. And now, yeah, that's it. Fast. I'm going with Fast. I'm picking Fast. That's it. I'm not gonna take y'all down the whole rabbit hole because it's a whole goddamn rabbit hole out to take y'all asses down. I like Fast. Yeah.
All right.
Your lead. Oh my God, they have also went through a fucking timeline because these bitch ass niggas, they went 2001, 2002, like 2003, and then it was 2011, and they jumped back to 2003 again, and then tried to push that out. Like, come on.
Maybe you just like movies with fucked up timelines.
It's not. I don't though. Like, make it make sense.
But
look at
but these
Amanda.
are two movies.
Amanda looked 30 years older. Like she don't.
Oh yeah, yeah. I peeped it. I was like, oh damn.
What Jill was there? They could have put Jill in this spot. Like,
nah, there's no way you put Jill in that.
I
Jill was
know,
done.
I know.
But Amanda,
Jill not done. I mean, she comes back after this, but I get what you mean. I think she'll be a next.
They was divorced.
Yeah, easily. After the wreck, he was done.
He was done after his wreck.
Yeah, after his wreck. Yeah. But now, you see Diego again. Diego in the car just dropped off a driver. He, we at the end of the day, how we is, we getting off work. We about to get the fuck up out of here. Damn, we got one more call, one more QA situation. We got one more.
Jigsaw entered his vehicle. It's not like he was Ubering and was like, all right, I'm gonna go pick this last person up.
It didn't feel like the last one when he picked them up.
Hell no. Especially at nighttime. Hell, he was probably getting the most of his business around that time. Man. But Jigsaw came in there and he was just like, got him out of here quick. But I'm curious. I guess he would have been the easiest one to find because he was a driver.
I mean, I guess. I mean, he a driver. I don't, he ain't even got. They don't even have smartphones now. Like how you just out here.
But he did say this is where a lot of tourists want to go. So he probably just stood around that spot, was just like, let me check out which taxis are coming over here dropping people off. Because when he hollered at Hoffman wasn't looking for no damn Diego.
No.
Because like John knew exactly where to scoop him up at. But how'd you feel about Diego's trap? The traps in this movie they didn't give off the same type of energy as the other movies, in my opinion.
Keep talking. Say more.
So
like I say what I gotta say.
So like Diego's trap, yes, it was gory, but it was definitely you could survive that. Like, do you think that if you were put in Diego's position with his trap, do you think your chances of surviving, you think they were low? I would have preferred Diego's trap over Carrie's trap. And Carrie's trap, Carrie was in Saw 4. She was a police officer that was in all 3 of them, and they found her body.
No, her trap was she was meant to.
I know.
So what you mean?
Okay, so let me find somebody else then. So I would have preferred Diego's trap over, hell, I'll use somebody in this one. I would have preferred it over Valentina's trap.
Easily, yeah, easily. So if we're comparing like that, yes. Now, what I mean is like, I don't know. Man, it's for my life. I'm gonna definitely fight for it, but it's just like, and I'm okay. So, and this is where, I hear what you're saying. But we have to remember this is the second, like this is early Jigsaw. So think about all the traps in Saw 1 and then how this is the elevated version of that.
Okay. So let me use a trap from Saw 1. I would have preferred Diego's trap over the trap of the gentleman that walked around the room trying to get the combination correct with the light, the candle. When he was,
bruh, that wasn't even winnable.
So do you see what I'm saying? Jason, look, realistically, all the traps in this movie, they were winnable. If not, they did win, except they just needed 5 more fucking seconds.
They needed to stop fucking complaining and goddamn do it.
I mean, yeah, that's true too. It's just like y'all spending 30 seconds of saying, no, I'm not going to do it. And it's like, okay, so you're going to die at 1 minute and 30 seconds.
You're going to do it and you're going to do it anyway.
Right. Now, I understand the way that Jigsaw does his traps. It's so you can survive.
He gave them a whole bunch of time too. They were getting like 3 minutes.
My nigga, that's not what? I was gonna come on here and say that's not that much time.
In most of the games, Jazz, it'd be 60 seconds. Well, it was Hoffman. It won't be him too. Jigsaw generous. Jigsaw is generous.
But hold on, Jigsaw's goal isn't to kill them. Hoffman's goal was to kill them. So those are 2 different people that have 2 different motivations. So, like, hell, Hoffman set a whole trap up knowing dude wasn't going to do it because he wanted to die anyway. That's the dude that raped and killed his sister. But I just like Diego's trap, you cutting off the pieces on your arm. Looking at the traps from the first movie, and then the fat dude, overweight individual that's going through the
barbed
blades
wire
and stuff. Right. I'm like, yeah. Outside of Amanda, who her trap wasn't even anything to mutilate herself. She just had to kill somebody. And I don't want to downplay her having to kill her homeboy, but they was both crackheads probably. So she probably didn't even know his name anyway. So she was like, look, it's either me or you. But outside of that, Diego's trap,
I mean,
it wasn't.
So I get, and within that, I'm thinking about, okay, so these are just elevated level ones, like of the beginning, and then I'm thinking about Saw 2, right? The traps that's in Saw 2. So this is what he came up with next. Like he got everybody sick, and they just had to figure out how to get the antidote. But nobody figured out the antidote, and they was killing each other the entire time. So it was just like, well, they had the numbers on their neck. Well, the numbers on their body somewhere. When they had the dude was kind of wilding out, but yeah, I don't know. The traps felt like they were supposed to be winnable, like supposed to be a little bit, but then he wasn't in America. He didn't have all his tools.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
How quick
like, don't give them as much time.
Yeah, how is he building these goddamn traps?
How does he know where to get them? Because you're not shipping them over here. You only got 3 months to live. Bro. So hypothetically, 2 and 3 had to be around the same time as each other. And this.
Wait, 2 and 3 what?
Saw.
No, Jazz. So want me to tell you? Let me tell you how it worked. 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5 are the same in the same timeline. They're the same. They're like in the same few days.
That's right. I forgot. I'm sitting here thinking like, wait, how did Riggs get snatched up? Oh, it was around the same time that this dude.
Because remember, stuff they keep every movie they bring stuff back. It doesn't change until the guy gets killed. The guy in 3 gets killed.
That makes sense because you think about it. Your main character, it has a life-threatening illness. You don't have a large timeline to do the things that you need to do with what his illness is. Mm-hmm. So if you got to combine 16 movies into happening at the same time, the same week, to where like, okay, he did this trap Monday through Wednesday. Oh, he did this other trap Tuesday through Friday. So like they were overlapping. It's just as the audience, they don't give us any kind of dates at the bottom of the movie when we're seeing this, which I'm not gonna lie, that would have been appreciated. But yeah, that's why 4 kind of irritated me, because I was just like, I don't understand how 4 is showing me the middle of 3. Like, the fuck? I saw that like 2 years ago. Just saying when 4 dropped. But yeah, it is what it is. So do you think like Diego's trap, like, did you like his trap? Let me ask you that first.
I did. I thought it was pretty decent. It made me squeam. Like I said, a lot of the traps in this one made me squeamish. Like, so him having to cut out his arms and cut around it to get out of the trap, to throw the bombs, and yeah, I enjoyed that. Like it didn't. I mean, I feel like even if his arms blew up, he would have probably survived. I thought
that too.
I mean, I don't know, because it might blow his head up or something. I don't know that close. I probably
it had him out here looking like Harvey Dent.
Looking like Jax.
But, yeah, for sure. But so he brought Carlos the medical box. Did Carlos just go back to work? Did he?
I mean,
because I'm thinking.
You see it. You've seen people that survive these games. What they do, they be fucked up, or they feel like they've been relieved. And I feel like that's where they can go, because there's people that we haven't seen, like in those, like the 6 and 7, like in those those groups, those help groups of people that was in, like, it was like, who are these people? We've never seen. Like, I feel like I mean, there's games that we haven't seen that they will be putting into the movies if they do continue.
You know what would have been fire?
What's
If
the
somebody that was in one of those groups who trap we didn't see, if that would have connected to kind of be like Carlos. Granted, they when they created that movie, they didn't think, oh, we're gonna make a 1.5, but that would have been dope. But it also had to be somebody that seemed like they were obviously born and raised or grew up in Mexico City or Mexico. So that's unless you knew exactly where you were going with these stories, but that would have been pretty cool. So like he survives and Carlos starts singing. And so now we see John over here just like hit up Hoffman. I need you to go ahead and find some people for me. And so we go through the entire timeline of him, Amanda snatching everybody up.
Oh, that's my favorite scene.
Which one? Like this
the whole
how
thing.
all of this whole
How everybody got rounded up. I like how they rounded everybody up. Yeah.
why?
Because it was just
Why was
like,
it your favorite scene?
I mean, after that, I mean, it's just the game. So I'm not gonna love the squeamish part too much, but I do like that because typically we don't see them do the roundup. Like you see them probably get the main person to put them into the game, but we don't see it where they ground up the entire team to put them in there. How they do that? So you just see they working. Amanda was working.
I was gonna say, don't say they. Don't say they.
He helped on the last one.
On the last one, he was in the car.
He helped on the first one and the last one. Actually, he got Diego.
All right. He only got Diego because Amanda was on her plane to Mexico. So he was like, let me go ahead and start here. But they pretty much rounded everybody up and you see what everybody is doing. And then also, I think one of the reasons why Amanda was able to have so much sympathy for Gabriella is because Gabriella was also a user. And so, which is why she wanted Gabriella to go last and why she was so upset as to what happened to Gabriella, because she may have saw herself in Gabriella. It was trying to humanize Amanda to where she's showing sympathy for one of the people that was in the trap.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, they kind of addressed why she switched, not in this, but later on. So that'll be something else that we can go into, like what made her flip, like what made her tick really.
What you mean?
Because I don't think Hoffman made her do what Hoffman made her kill the doctor, but Hoffman didn't make her rig the traps. Like that was just her, right?
You talking about like Carrie's trap, or
Hoffman did Carrie's trap? So no.
I mean, Amanda was there because Amanda is the last person Carrie saw before her trap just fucked her up. So I think they were definitely working together.
Oh yeah, no, they were, because you can see like in certain things they was working on stuff, but I guess it's like we never knew why she was rigging traps like that. That was never addressed. Like why was she doing that? And that's why I said in here it kind of said, the doctor lady don't deserve a chance. She just needs to die. And I feel like that's where she started. That's where that was where she began. Like we could see the turn in her. Not that she ever seen anything different, but.
What traps did Amanda rig? Just jog my memory because I can't remember which ones.
Saw 3. Everything in Saw 3 was rigged. Like that, none of them was winnable. That's why he was so mad at her. He was like, "You didn't give anybody a chance to win. Like everybody was supposed. Like there was no way to win any of these games."
So that was with the husband going through everybody that pretty much had something to do with the death of their son. So the first lady, and she was like the cold water was freezing on her. I mean, that was more so the husband could have intervened, but he was so pissed at each individual to where it delayed it. He decided he wanted to help them a minute into their timer. So that ain't on Amanda. And plus the judge got off. He got the judge he was able to help the judge. It's just the judge died when they got to the black guy's trap.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sitting there like, there's been so many times where I wanted to wish death on you and all this other shit. So yeah, Amanda, I'm gonna challenge you on her rigging.
You're
trap.
not gonna challenge me on shit. Jigsaw said it. Jigsaw said it.
Was he speaking about that though?
He said
Because I think Jigsaw knew that she killed Adam.
Who was Adam?
Adam was the first dude in the movie that she killed. He was the guy left in the room. Adam was the first guy that was with the doctor.
She killed
him. Yeah, she went back and killed him.
I thought he just died because he was in that room forever.
No, she went in there. He was passed out and shit. And she was like, I'm paraphrasing, but she was like, I'm just pretty much going to take you out your misery. And she put the bag over his head. And then she slammed his head on the toilet seat. Had his shit all fucked up. Yeah. Amanda killed Adam.
Okay.
Now, I don't understand why the doctor didn't go back, but hell, he had lost his leg and he had to go see his family. So, like, dude, I just met you. I get it. But so so we got through Diego's trip and then you excuse me. So you said
this is Amanda rounding up the team.
Which one is your favorite one?
What? Scene or just
like out of the three that she rounded up?
I'm definitely going with I kept calling her Susan, Cecilia. I love that scene. Like, imagine if that was in a Scream movie. That'd be dope. I feel like that scene was dope.
With the what, Amanda on the roof of the house?
Yeah, and she looking through the camera and they throw it down. I was like, oh man, if this was Scream, bro, that'd be so hard.
That would be fire. And if you got two ghost faces in there, she try to go out the front door and then it's one right there.
It could just be the one. The way her dumb ass did that.
Jason, if you were on the roof of a house and you carrying this heavy shit and you slam it, are you gonna run to get downstairs to get to the front of the door?
Am I the
killer? I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, Jazz,
yeah.
we know where Jigsaw was. He was in the car the whole time. He wasn't running around doing shit. Amanda was so bad, this bitch ran from the top of the building to in front of the car into the garage, and she was just standing there like, "What's up?"
I'm saying, like, if you was in Amanda's position, are you putting that extra dedication in? When you know,
like, if I'm doing the job, I gotta go ahead and go in. I gotta go in.
That's why these cult members be going crazy. Because I'm just sitting here like, Amanda, this your fourth body you rounding up. Like, you on the roof. Sis, you didn't have to be up there. It was just a creative idea for you to be up there, but you didn't have to do that. And I'm not gonna lie, Cecilia's house was nice as shit.
Nah, it was dope.
And she on the phone with her next target.
She deserved everything she got. I feel like this was like what they say, don't live in a glass, don't throw rocks in a glass house. Like, I feel like that's what that house symbolized, kind of like, because you could just see straight through that bitch. Like, that was kind of crazy.
I would have had a dog in a house like that. And I would have two niggas living in the house with me. So if anything pops off, they get snatched up first, like in Scream 6, to give me a chance to run. Right. But she was out in the middle of nowhere talking about, I got a gun. I can see you. You're carrying a stick.
She lied for the longest. The entire movie, she just lied for like unnecessary lies too.
I mean, when you've been doing this kind of con for 7 to 8 years, you so used to lying.
Well, Jazz, I want to play a game. So she bitch still lying. She pleading. Valentina, she was talking a whole bunch of shit, prior to getting into her trap. Like, that shit popping. You didn't like Valentina trap?
I liked how Valentina got a routine down with cutting off her leg.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate, like, she was so close. That's what irritated me about these traps. They were 5 seconds away from beating them. That's what pissed me off. I would have preferred it still be her got a long way to go and her time run out. It just, all of them became so close. And I'm just like, great.
I think that's what makes it makes it work. Like, it's the whole thing of damn, they could have, but
imagine Because when Amanda, like when they were talking to Parker, Parker was like, "You cut her head off," and then Amanda's like, "Nah, she just didn't choose
She
what
didn't
the
have the
path."
will to live.
I'm like, "Bitch, she was 5 seconds away from trying to live." So you
But
lying on her. You lying on her name.
so I'm just thinking, like, I think about that's how I think about the other movies and different people who had, time to when dueling it down, different stuff like that. Like the chick in Six, like she cut her whole arm off because she was fit to lose. Like it's just the whole thing of like, bro, how bad do you want to survive this? Like you over here talking about, I'm not, you cussing me out. I'm not fit to do this. I'm not. No, you need to do it.
I mean, I get that. And then also, like, when you had the lawyer and the other guy fighting, where one dude's eyes were closed and then the other one's mouth was closed,
Yeah, the
sealed.
lawyer.
So I thought that was dope. But when it's a trap to where you're going against the next person, that's understandable, which we get a lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll say the trap in, I think it was 7, you got the two guys in a trap to try to see, because and they had the girlfriend.
Yeah, 7.
Sis fumbled. I wouldn't have been cheering for neither one of them. I'd have been like, guys, we gotta get out of here. I would have been rooting for both of them and just wait till one of them dies. And then I'd be like, okay, that's who I'm gonna be with. But this bitch over here, like, yo, kill him. And I'm like, sis, you kind of fumbled that. But wait, I kind of wish we got that kind of trap instead of what we got. But I understand why we didn't, because we had seen so much of that. And when you look at Saw 2, they were set up to pretty much help each other and not go against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jigsaw wasn't making traps for people to go against each other. And so we saw traps once Jigsaw died, where obviously it was Hoffman and Amanda, where the people were going against each other in those traps. But I mean, out of all three, which ones, like, I think the most gory one to me was definitely what's his name? Oh God. Mateo. I thought Mateo's was the most gory, but I think I would definitely survive Gabriella's. Now I would probably wouldn't want to try to survive Valentina's, but I think I probably could have, let's get this leg
You
up
said
out of
you
here.
you said you were that nigga without a leg, so you might why can't you lose one?
So the thing is, the difference between that is, I said that is below the knee. Valentino shit was at her thigh. No, I don't want no dude that's got a robotic knee. And I'm not gonna lie, like if he looks fine enough, I might just ignore it. Let's just keep it. It's not a deal breaker, but I would prefer like it's below the knee. Which, like, out of these three traps, like which one was your favorite? Don't say all three.
No, Valentina's. I like Valentina. I think Valentina's was my favorite of the three that we've seen. Just given the situation, I was just like, oh my God. And watching the blood go in there, I guess I don't know what the little white stuff was, but yeah, all that was.
I thought it was like muscle, or like, I could be making that shit up though.
Everything made me squeamish watching. I was like, man, this is so nasty. Like just watching it. But I like when, they was going through the conversation prior to her starting the trip, and, John was just going off, and it was like, there is no, y'all ain't healing nobody. Everybody dead. Like, we looked it up. Everybody that y'all supposedly help is dead in the ground. Kids, widows, like kids are, without orphans, husbands lost their wives, vice versa. Wives lost their husband. Like, you said the money's upstairs though. You know what I'm saying? He said, "This is not a retribution. This is a reawakening."
I mean, and they over here trying to beg for their life, and it's just like, nah, like this wasn't your first time. Y'all have been doing this. You have been making money off of this, or so it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just sitting here like, let's just say, like, because Cecilia had been doing this for about 8 years. Why is it that Valentino is at the club on the block selling ass? If you got like a nice scheme out here, and it's not like you're getting one customer a year, Hell, Cecilia was over here about to book the next person. This bitch got a whole
Shit, you
board
right. So it may just been
of,
Cecilia. Maybe she was switching her team out.
but my thing, that seems kind of risky too. Because with a scheme like this, you don't rotate people. Especially when you got people that's like, oh, I don't mind if we over here lie about some shit and they die later. Because if somebody come to be like, oh, I got 2 months left and we do this fake surgery, if like the more times you swap people out, the more of a high probability of you getting exposed. So I'm thinking you got the same people on your payroll and you sending people money. Either these motherfuckers are terrible with money management or something, because it just seemed like everybody was still working their regular ass job. Jason, are you having a scheme to where you could possibly bring in millions of dollars a year and you still doing your regular job? You still going to work?
Me, no. However, we got to think. You got workers and you got the bosses and you got the thinkers. So, like, considering that it's Cecilia's operation, her plan, like, she's the one that's bringing the people in. So all I gotta do is be like, hey, I need you to introduce this man. Just bring him into the house. That's it. You're done. I need you to pretend like like you pretend to do a surgery. I need you to just take blood. Like, it's not, I mean, it doesn't take a lot. And I'm pretty sure they was doing enough jobs to end it, and then they was going about their business. But like, she didn't give them their stacks. Remember, that was in the bag. She had put all the money on it.
But she was about to, and this is like, they're in Mexico. This is American dollars, which is valued more in Mexico. So I'm just sitting here like, you got a solid scheme happening right here. How is it that y'all are still on y'all same hustle and grind type of shit? Like Gabriella, she's an addict, so that's probably where her money going. But Valentina, like, sis, you forgetting to tell dudes at the club to charge them, and then you end up in like really crazy, scary situations. Shout out to Amanda for saving you, but also putting you in a worse situation. So, like,
I don't think she forgetting, because she's like, she asked what a dinero, and he was like, well, bitch, you don't get in this car.
Listen, I'd have been like, oh shit. I'd be like, let me go to the bathroom real quick. I'm be right back. Like, nobody's out there where you are. It just, red flags are going all over the place. But it just, I mean, you see how Cecilia is living, and you see how her worker ants are living.
That's typically how I go.
But Jason, I get Cecilia being the face, but if I'm Diego, I'm the fake doctor, I'm like, bitch, I need a pay raise, because fuck this taxi life. You wildin'. Like, you still
bad about that. Diego doing, he's still driving taxis.
So everybody's still doing what they were doing. It's like they can't walk around singing Drake, I started from the bottom down here. They're still at the fucking bottom.
But she's selfish. We know she's selfish. So, she paying them just enough to, I mean, so I'm just saying, think about it. I mean, so if I paid you 2 racks to just stand here for 30 minutes, you're not going to trip about how much more money you can get out that situation.
I'm doing my research, but that's me. For somebody who's not
in 2004,
Jason. Yes.
And what you gonna research? How to scam? Like, what are you Googling in that situation? Because you ain't doing nothing. You're literally doing nothing.
So I guess it's a situation
Harley?
to where if it is a situation to where I'm thinking with my American mind and all of that. So if you're right, if it was a situation to where I'm thinking somebody's just like, look, I can give you $3,000 a month just to do this. Am I going to challenge them when that's $3,000 that I did not have before? No. I'm not challenging that. I'm like, oh, this is an extra gig. I ain't even worried about that. This is extra money.
Think about
not knowing that 3,000 is actually 300,000 that is really getting paid to the person who organized this entire situation.
Because I'm just thinking now, we talking about she got 250,000 off of a scam. Yeah, we at some point we need to discuss
They
who's
don't know how
getting
much they got.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so that's the weird part in that you get 250, but again, she's the brain. She has a thought process. She's the one that put the operation together. So I mean, of course, that person, they get the most. They're going to get the bulk of their situation.
How much you think Henry getting?
Um,
He got to get something, and Henry know how much value that whole thing is.
eh,
So, you think
I
Henry getting
mean,
paid more than Diego?
easily. He's next in command as far as what the money is, money wise.
Mm, that's wild.
But when they up in this, well, Valentina, she doesn't make it. Gets her head chopped off, leg chopped off as well. Body just falls to the ground. Kind of felt like that shit looked crazy.
I laughed a little bit.
Yeah, when it hit, and then you see, Gabriella turn is next. Or so it felt like it felt like her turn was next, because that's what he said. He was like, Amanda, yes, when you start seeing Amanda feel for it, because she's addicted. Sometimes people do things that they're not trying to, and I wonder if that point is this Amanda also upset because the baby was killed, like, because at this point he doesn't know, or maybe he does, I don't know.
Why you say that?
Because Amanda, the dude killed that baby, or killed the baby at that point. So I do feel like too, like Amanda, that's playing onto Amanda. Like, she's still upset about that because that hasn't come out, or that's something that she's carrying. But also it's an addiction, because they feel to put somebody that's going through an addiction in a game that they feel like she didn't know, like how she is. But if that was the fact, Amanda, you shouldn't have fucking grabbed her.
She had to. You can't just leave her out there on the street.
What John gonna do? I tried to, John. She got away. He can't go out there and go get her.
That's not an acceptable answer, Jason. You said if you're gonna do a job, you're gonna do that shit right. So you just letting bodies walk around. John
You right.
tell you,
If we're
look,
going,
I
you
need
right.
all of these people in this trap. So you just gonna leave Gabriella? You don't know her.
You right.
You know John.
You right. You right.
And Gabriella knew it was a scam. So now lock that bitch up too.
And then this is the Saltry reference. Says the lady doctor deserves nothing. And he said, everyone deserves a chance to redeem themselves. You should know that more than anyone.
I'd have been like, John, why you bringing up my past? You're like, I thought we were past that.
And they the team, they see this table in the middle of the floor, and they begin to work together, which they cut Valentina open. And was that her intestines or her stomach?
It was. I'm not gonna. It was her intestines. I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was creative as hell.
It
I
was.
thought this was so creative because I'm sitting here like, Cecilia, how did you even think to use her intestines as a rope? I didn't think our intestines was that damn long though, because that shit looked like a serious ass jump rope.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I seen a movie where somebody intestines were used as a jump rope.
Mortal
I have
Kombat,
to look.
the game, probably.
You're not far off on that one. You might be right.
But and I feel like Cecilia was a real doctor though. Like, this bitch is like using her, like her privilege is bad. Cause like, how do you even, the shit that did you notice the skills she was giving them and telling them what to do? Like, bitch, you was a real doctor. You didn't even try.
I think for Gabriella, she steered her wrong, but her father was a doctor.
You think so? Not the doctor part, steering Gabriella wrong part.
Yes, yes.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. Then of course, you see somebody, well, they pull the table. There's a phone. On there, she makes a phone call and she gets shot. Of course, that's the Easter egg to the first one, where they get on the chains, they shock them. She fall out. What?
I ain't even peeped that. That's good. I ain't even think about that. Okay.
Yeah. And then you see somebody outside with a gun, beating, screaming, yelling. Just, I, how much time passed? Like from when the phone call happened to when this nigga just pop up, he screaming, he hop into the room. They tonight he get knocked out. They tie him up.
How did he know how to be in this situation? How did he know to put on the Cecilia lie? Because Cecilia didn't say anything on the phone. Or did she? Did she say
She
I got
said something, and I could not make out what the fuck that bitch said.
yeah.
I
I'm
tried
like,
hard too.
I was just like, because I feel like she said we got snatched up, but I don't know. But
Yeah, with that part, I mean, I guess in that whatever she said, it was like whatever their code word was. That's what I assumed. It was a code word he knew, so he coming in there to get him. But I mean, like, why would he even lie about it? Like, and why would even act like that? Like, why not go in there like I'm protecting? So it was something. Like it had to be a code word. Um, and this is why I was like, this ain't a twist because it was like because if you watch these movies enough, you knew he put this man in the game at that point. He's like, whatever you may do is going to be dire, so I need you to listen to me. These are the rules. We already know at this point he's in the game.
he didn't know.
Yeah,
We
nah, he
knew.
did. Yeah,
I mean, we're not gonna trust you anyway.
yeah.
Like,
That's
I
about to.
didn't trust Parker at all.
Mm-mm.
And when John was just like, take him out of his chains, I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna fail this test. I knew Parker was gonna fail before Parker knew he was gonna fail.
he always put the person into the game, and like it's always about patience, um, or just listening. But I do feel like it's not vindictive, but he'll put you in a fucked up situation where it's like, I'm not being patient with you, bitch ass nigga. Like, no, I'm finna get the fuck up out of here. And that's kind of like Saw 2 and 3. Um, Police was sitting there. He just all he had to do is sit. He told him in the beginning, but it's like you're not really paying attention. But and maybe that's why I like puzzles so much because it's just like you just gotta think. If you think a little bit, it's like, oh damn, it wouldn't even.
I like how when Amanda was talking to Valentina, she told her he speaks in metaphors because he does. Because
Mm-hmm.
like in Saw 2, he was like, your son is in a safe and secure place.
Mm-hmm.
Not thinking it's the safe that's right beside his desk.
Mm-hmm.
And so he knows that you have like um a misconception of him. Actually, it's not a misconception because this motherfucker is really crazy. But he knows that you have an opinion of him and his behavior already. So anything that you can't take his words at face value. You
Mm-hmm.
can't trust him. And he is able to succeed and for his traps to be accomplished because he knows that you can't trust him. Because I mean, realistically, like if you go back through all his traps and he's just like the numbers are in the back of your mind. So you're thinking, wait, what numbers do we have in common? No, my nigga, they're literally in the back of your head. But who's looking for that? I like that's why like when you go to escape rooms and stuff like that, you sitting there like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, when I survive a jigsaw puzzle, let me go to an escape room and see if I can figure it out. That's kind of what that is, except you get to walk away from it and you're not harmed. But
You're not locked in. It's against the law.
all right. But um and so we pretty much we beat Parker. He's just like, I gave them all my money, my family and kids because I thought I could live longer. And so John is obviously showing sympathy for him because he's just like, nah, like we got scammed. And so it's funny because Parker is just like, y'all killed Valentino. And then here's Amanda. Nah, she just didn't cherish her life. Bitch, stop. Like, even though you didn't pull the trigger, you're the reason why she's dead. And so now we pretty much, when Amanda was talking to John, um, I think this is the thing where she goes and sets the trap for Mateo.
Mateo. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He talking all this shit while Amanda's going down the steps. talk to me, bitch. And she just shoots him in the face. Like, I'm just thinking to myself, okay, you want her to talk to you, you want her to have your attention, and then you just immediately call her a bitch. Like, no. Your
Yeah.
delivery was really wrong, Mateo.
There's no
But then
empathy. There's no empathy for you, player.
none at all. And so you see his trap. How did you feel about like his trap? Um his trap was kind of wild.
Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen when he was in his. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, is he in the little head thing? Like, is that what's gonna go on? We see got a little special appearance from Billy.
Is that the name of that fucking doll?
Mhm.
What movie did they establish his name?
What I think it may be. Well, I think it was researched. It was researched, I think. But
You
I think
know,
I feel like it was the first movie he says that.
you know another doll that name is Billy as well?
Who's that?
Dead Silence. And it's I believe they had the same producer or director.
Yeah, the dude, the original, whoever the guy was. I can't think of his name right now, but yeah, yeah. So that makes sense. Uh, but uh, it was. I'm dead. I'm just gonna tell you because I mean he could he even see us. He could see it.
He
He
had
let
a
him see
mirror.
it. He let him see it, man. Gosh, again another person that wasted too much time screaming versus getting the fucking job done. Talking about what they ain't gonna do, bitch. Why you do it then? You should just stay there.
I don't think that's the trap that I don't think I would have been able to do. Like out of all of these, I don't think that's the one I could have been able to do. I would have just had to die. Valentino's, yeah, I would have definitely done that one. Gabriella's, sure. She had the easiest one. Diego, yep, get these shits out of my arm. But Mateo, you putting that drill in your head? Absolutely not. I'd have been like, all right, y'all, let me go ahead and let y'all know what to tell my family because I'm about to be out of here, but y'all gonna die anyway, too. So
Yes, and that was the
yes.
end. This is the end. um, and then Gabriella, she sees her recording, she grabs it, begins playing, then throw. I was like, bitch, die. You, because what's gonna happen if you don't listen to the tape? You can sit here, but
Maybe she feel like the game's not gonna start.
yeah, it don't start. You're gonna sit there.
Jigsaw was like, nah, bitch. That's not how this works. I don't think he didn't care if he had to kill her or not. I'm more sad about the bottle of tequila he wasted. But when I saw her trap, I was like, okay, getting chained up. I see you,
Yeah,
Jigsaw.
yeah.
But this is the thing. Okay, so when she was doing her trap, I think that Cecilia was wrong when Cecilia told her start at your foot first and then do your hand. You should have done your hand first
I
to where
thought about.
you would have been on the ground. So as the machine is moving, you can just go ahead and I feel like it would have been easier for you to try to get your foot out of those chains while you were on the ground instead of actually doing the entire thing in the air. Like that didn't make sense to me. I would have been like, Cecilia, shut your ass up. I would have got my hand first, fell on the ground, and then got my foot. That's the order operation I would have done. I mean, she still survived, but she probably would have been less burnt.
I'm not mad at that. I thought that too. My mind instantly thought that, but it was like she said you were hang versus falling. I'm assuming. I don't know what her logic was.
She was saying that you would swing out of the way, but then I would think this is somebody who has done this before, who has been calculated the entire time. So he probably calculated the order of operations you would have done to where even if you would have done your hand first and fell on the ground, the machine still would have moved. But I feel like it would have been easier for you to try to smash your foot while you're on the ground instead of smashing your foot in the air and then smashing your hand in the air. So it's more so thinking, what's the easiest way for me to get out these chains?
What
And
if
I
it?
would have,
What if when because it jacks you up, but what if it would have been like a way it would have been hanging from the leg in the air,
what you mean? I
like
mean,
once
but
your
no,
hand and you like oh shit now your foot
but
hanging and you like oh
But you look at where the foot is, like she was already.
Close to the
When did
ground.
when did the chain get on her arm?
It was always on both. It was always on
She
her
was
arm
always
and her
on
leg.
both.
Yeah, it was always on both.
Okay, so it's just now that
The game started, it lifted
it
her
again.
ass up.
Yeah, I definitely would have done the hand and then the leg,
I'm not mad at
but it
that.
don't matter because she didn't die from that anyway.
Yeah, no. But Sears pulls the gun out on John and Amanda, which of course we know this means dire consequences. He frees Cecilia. So Courvoisier really said she thought this was a twist. I'm like, bro, clearly you're not watching this movie.
That Parker was a villain?
Yeah.
No, I expected that. I didn't trust him at all. I was thinking, okay, John either took the bullets out of that gun because, like, no, nah, I didn't see this as a twist. The only twist that I actually saw in this movie was when they was like, they brought that little boy in there. That I was just like, oh, y'all on some fuck them kids type of energy. And
Ooh,
I don't
that
even
shit.
think that was a twist. I just
That
think
shit.
that was a miscalculation on John's part.
Yeah, he should have.
Or,
Him. Yeah, he was. But it would have been dope if he would have died. Like, it would. I mean, it would have. Even like, oh shit, because it would have been like this is what made John begin to do, like, had like stop being involved with the games more so because like he was involved with them, but I mean, of course, the sickness is also. But I feel like that would have been because like the first two games he was involved with technically, and saw one, and then in this one.
I, yeah, I don't know because his behavior didn't change between 1 and 2 for if Carlos would have died to where it would have changed his behaviors. It would have just been, like you said, an unexpected circumstance. And he called that little boy his friend, like, you only know him for 5 minutes, but you fixed his bike. Like,
It was
okay.
like, the man, who is that, John? Who is that? My son. Bitch, what difference do it make? What, what?
Amanda needed to know how much she needed to care. But what if he did say my son?
That would have been wild.
It would have been. It definitely would have been because Carlos was ready to risk his life for John. See what happened when you fix somebody's bike wheel?
Man, what do you think about Gabriella death?
I I wasn't expecting that. I was
No,
not expecting Cecilia to crack her neck like that.
I screamed at that too. I was like, what the fuck?
You were screaming like Amanda.
I said scream, like
Oh,
squeamish. I was like,
damn.
oh,
I mean,
scream.
Amanda was going crazy.
Like it was her sister.
She was like, "You fucking monster," and I'm like, "Bitch, do you not remember the 2 deaths like 20 minutes ago?
Bitch,
You calling me a monster?"
bitch, you ran out of 4 people in 30 minutes. Like,
And they weren't even in the same village, so you was just going ham.
you said
I was
village. Lord have mercy.
town, town, community, whatever.
Oh,
But yeah, Amanda was going crazy. Like when you saw this change of events, and now we're seeing John in his own trap.
mm,
How did you have any kind of like, I guess, guesses or any kind of assumptions you made of how this would go?
yeah, I did. Mm-hmm.
Did
I
it
felt,
line up with what you got?
they did. Yeah, it did. I felt, yeah, he put him in it, but the only thing it made me think of is what it made you think of, Orphan Kills. It definitely the plot twist in that movie. It definitely was like, damn, like so that shit was really happening. But this is what's really going on. It's like bitch, you gonna listen to us, and this is what you gonna do, um, in this story, and that's exactly what it made me think of.
I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't think this is alleged or anything, but I like the plot twist in first kill and orphan than I did in this one.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that
And
at
I
all.
and I don't know if it's because I don't remember. No, I think I did see the trailer of Orphan First Kill.
I
I
never
just
just see
wasn't
it.
of course. I just that twist, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was
I did
fucked up.
not do that for this. I was just like, oh, okay, she just a greedy asshole.
like they have to. So okay, boom. Question: can't be Saw 1 the best twist in a Saw movie?
Um, I'm gonna say when we find out that dude's son was right there in the room in part two the entire time, and the fact that it was pre-recorded the entire time. What? Yes, Saw 2. I'm sorry. That shit, when they found out they went into the house and he was like, Carrie, we don't see nothing. And then the fucking recording stopped. And she said, all of this is pre-recorded. I think that twist might be better than the twist in part one because it felt like two twists because he said it. John said it at the beginning of the movie. Your son is in a safe and secure place. Mm-hmm. But also, you think about part one, the key that Adam needed to get out of his chain, we saw it in his opening scene and it went down the fucking drain.
Yeah.
So when I look at those different elements that 1 and 2 gave us, nothing in this movie gave me that. I honestly, like, at the end of this, I was just like, I didn't get that Saw twist on a level that the first two movies gave me.
No, it's hard, but I think 3 was the better one. Personally, I do think 3. I like 6 too, but I do think 3 because, as you just pointed out, so it's 2 twists. There's 3 in Saw 3. Because you have the reveal that the 2 people working are married. You have that Amanda is actually Amanda's game that's being played in this situation. And at the end of it all, it's really the husband who holds the key to the entire situation in that. So I like how all these different pieces came together to complete Jigsaw or complete the trilogy. So I like that. So I enjoyed that a lot because it was like, what the fuck? Like, oh shit, these 2 motherfuckers is married. And it's like, because they throw you off in the beginning because she like, I want a divorce. That nigga telling her to fucking leave him for him. Like, what the then? You got him, he grieving, pissed off everywhere. He done forgot the kid, wife. They putting the pieces again, like, oh shit, that's this nigga wife. That's his wife. And then you see Amanda like, she like, nah, fuck this. You got me fucked up, bro. I love you, bro. I'm finna kill this bitch. I gotta kill this bitch. Like, this bitch gotta go.
I mean, yeah. And plus, it just tied everything together. It did what the third chapter of a trilogy is supposed to do. Mm-hmm. That's what Scream 3 did. Or, excuse me, Saw 3. Scream 3 did it too, but...
Question.
No, actually.
Question. So, in Scream 3, there was a phone call. We still don't know how they figured out where Sydney was. Now, in this movie here, supposedly John and Amanda, they set up a phone to figure out who is the missing link. Because according to the Hoffman, he can tell you who the person was, but he can't get in touch where he couldn't tell the location of Hoffman. Did you like how they figured out how to get into connection with Teddy?
I feel like it was a lot of expecting someone to do something, mm-hmm. which is why, like, when Amanda moved that cart in the center of the room, I'm sitting here like, that seems very suspicious of them to do that. Mm-hmm. But then I was just like, this has to be a setup. Mm-hmm. There has to be a reason as to why she put all of their belongings in the center of the room, because especially to give them access to communicate. Because Amanda got her phone. She took the phone out of the pocket of the jacket, mm-hmm. and she put it on a table. And so she did it in a manner to where, okay, y'all see me taking this phone out and putting it on the table or the cart. So I think it was all a setup. I think it was very risky because what if Cecilia didn't call him? But after speaking to Diego told you that Cecilia and Parker was fucking. Mm-hmm. Parker was a part of the whole thing, and that's the only person that we're missing. So you think, okay, if she's gonna call anybody, she's gonna call the other person that's the missing piece in this entire group, which is Parker.
Why stupid ass ain't called 911?
Because then you would end up having to explain as to why
No, you
all
don't.
of this
You
happened.
gotta explain shit.
I mean, let's just say hypothetically, John has some paperwork somewhere to um prove that you had been lying to all these people. The risk is too high to call the police, which is why
But
nobody
it's
calls the police.
but it's Jigsaw, Jazz. If they can catch Jigsaw as opposed to keeping you.
But let me ask you this though, because I remember Cecilia mentioned, she said, when I found out that you were Jigsaw, I was worried. At what point did she realize she had done surgery on Jigsaw?
I think she realized it once once he trapped them. I don't think she cared until that part. I don't think she realized that until after they got caught.
So you don't think she knew prior to his surgery?
No. I don't think she knew any of that. I think she knew after they got caught. Because at that point, we know what's going on. But before that, no, they didn't. Because nobody knew anything. It to my knowledge, I feel like in two. Well, I think was he suspect? He was suspected in the first one. I feel like like it was like rumor type thing. It wasn't. They didn't
I
know.
don't, they didn't have John Kramer as a suspect until
Two.
two.
Yeah.
So, but I guess like when Cecilia was talking all that big shit of like, how you let me beat you? And I'm just sitting here like, oh yeah, he can't wait to kill you. He can't wait to kill you. Cause she just like, when I found out you were like the infamous Jigsaw, and when she said that, I was just like, well, damn. Cause she was just like, you couldn't leave well enough alone. You couldn't just say I beat you and just go about your life. That's why I was curious if she knew he was Jigsaw prior to the surgery. But then you're right, like how would she have known that? So I mean, I'm really curious about that. Anybody listening, if you have any insight, please drop it in the comments. Let me know, because that's a question that I had, because I'm just like, when she was saying that, I was like, well, damn, did you think you were doing surgery on Jigsaw?
She should just killed him.
Yeah, you already had your money. Well, she had to wait the next day to get the other half, but maybe she was like, look, that ain't my business. I already got what I needed from him, and he's not gonna find me. But yeah, I don't know.
um, but at this point, they put John. They put John into the actual game. They had Amanda lock herself up. They put John in the game, and of course, they put Carlos into the game. So they're looking at this. They get tied down to the table, and it lifts up, and then oil. I'm assuming this oil begins to spill.
No, that was blood.
That was blood.
Yep, that was blood.
It was black as hell. I mean, blood can get dark.
It's probably like pig blood, because you think about all the different scenes where he's always had like pig blood in that. Because I mean, like Cecilia even said, it's like waterboarding. But it's blood boiling, or blood waterboarding, or some shit like that. I don't know. But no, it was blood.
Got you. This is when that saying pool in Spanish comes into play, as they're trying to figure this game out. And I guess this was too much for John. No, I mean for Teddy. He goes up the stairs into the room, and of course the bitch follows. They get to talking, they kissing and whatnot, and then now he begins to think. So if it was supposed to be two people on there, and you was the last person, who was the other person on the other side of the game? And then she's like, who gives a fuck? They go to bag. This bitch ain't even paying attention the entire day. Clip.
No, because then both of y'all in this room, in this warehouse, that John got all these traps set up. But he counted and anticipated their greed would fuck them up. And it did. And so as soon as they got that bag, the blood stops pouring on him. Shout out to Carlos for trying to help John when John was like, don't pull. He was like, I got you. You my man. And so, because John was about to be out of here, I'm not going to lie. And that's a major risk. But because I mean, he told Amanda like everything's gonna work out how he planned, and then at the end he was like, "It didn't work out exactly like that, but we here. But did we die though?" That's what he said. Like, but did we die though? So, and they kept pretty much telling Parker's like that she's going to betray you. She's going to kill you. Like, how did you feel about this scene of those two in there battling each other? Because I believe this is the first time where we actually saw it, to where you had one way for somebody to survive and they had to pretty much take out the other person.
Oh shit, you're right. It is one of them games. You said like somebody had to do that. I mean, I think it was pretty well calculated. I mean, I do feel like if they would have worked well, if they would have worked together, they would have been okay. But I think that because they was trying to kill each other, it didn't. Like if they would have took turns, because eventually it turns off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and of course that bitch, she got the best of him. Like he was too pussy whipped or something. I don't know.
I mean, it happens.
It
Same
do.
thing happened to what's the dude in Scream 4?
Robbie.
Robbie. You in love, you and your killer girlfriend is killing people, and obviously she gets one up on you.
Man. But they release a toxic gas that kills them. He leaves a hole open for them. So, well, he leaves one hole open for them. So whoever can put their head in it, they can get in there, they can breathe. But the other person would have to keep breathing in the other. But I feel like if they would have swapped, they would have been okay. However, they did not. They fought to the bitter end. And John them, they hugging, and he called Carlos a warrior, and they walked off into the sunset
And gave Carlos that bag.
and gave Carlos the bag, literally gave him all the money as what's his name? As Cecilia looked at them walk away into the sunset.
And he
And
left another person alive.
yeah.
So, I mean, granted, no, I wouldn't have left her alive, because let's just say you let Diego go. Diego's free. Diego might come back to that house, find Cecilia, and let her out. I feel like that's a very high risk. Like, he left two people alive in this movie that shouldn't have been left alive. But
I mean, shit, he leave people alive though. So
how many people was left alive that did not end up dead?
left alive, the people in what from his games?
Yep.
I mean, Amanda, technically, you can't hurt
She
to death.
won. Nope, she won.
You mean that didn't wait? What was your question?
Well, okay, no, I guess you can definitely use Amanda as an example, because hypothetically Cecilia survived her game, because her game was to make sure she can try to, I guess, kill Parker. So his logic behind some of this shit, I just be like, you should just put a bullet in her head. But
You don't want to kill. He wants to give them a choice of free will to an extent.
That's bullshit. He's still going to hell. You're not going to get to the pearly gates and they saying, come on, John, you can come in. You didn't really kill anybody. You just put people in death ass situations and gave them 30 or 3 minutes to try to survive. No, get the fuck out of here. But yeah. And we get an end credit. And I text you as the credits came on. I'm just sitting here. I'm thinking, I'm going to fucking flame this movie if they leave this plot point open. I was going to flame it.
Which plot point was it?
The fact that Henry is the reason why John even contacted Cecilia. There's no way you're letting Henry off.
You didn't think what I mean, but what if Henry?
No, ain't no what, no, nothing. Henry is why John was in that entire situation. There is no way you're letting him off and not going back to that. If they would not have circled back to that, that would have been a very ugly plot hole. That's all I'm saying. And they put him back in the same room where the doctor and Adam was in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious because in this, the detective comes back in this room as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if actually it could have been around the same time because I was looking around. It was a few of the bodies was still in there. But so he got Henry and he really gave him the stitches because he was just like, Henry, I don't see your mark. It was gone. But did you think like that they were gonna come back to this or did you even care?
I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck about that. I mean, I figured the end credit was coming. Um, yeah, I figured the end credit was coming after this scene, but I was like, okay, so the black dude just run? Like, I thought that may have been like the next whatever Saw 2.5, whatever they do next. I thought it was gonna be that.
They do not need to give us no fucking 2.5 or different movies in between movies that have already been dropped. I'm gonna be sick, Jason, if they decide to do that.
This was in between. So what? I mean, they have to if it's gonna consider include Jigsaw.
No, no, no.
They're gonna have to they gotta tie it back. Like what you they can't go in, they can't go around it.
Just leave it alone.
So this should be the end for you. This 10 should be it.
This shouldn't have even been made.
Whoa. Okay. You telling whoa. Now that was the end of the movie. But now we're going to step into this territory because now this is a lot we were looking for and agreed to disagree, but this is where I feel like it should the focus should be. So for you, Jazz,
We didn't need this movie.
Prequel lover.
We did not need this movie.
Damn.
We did not need this movie at all whatsoever.
Okay, so wait. Okay, so need what? I mean, so do you need any movie, Jazz?
I knew you was gonna do that. I knew you was gonna pull that shit. Do we need this? Do we need that? No,
I'm
Jason,
so okay.
we
So
don't need a lot of these. But my thing is, this movie, like this is what you consider a cash grab to try to resurrect a franchise. You do this shit. The only reason why it died is because they gave us that bum ass Spiral.
No, it's not. That's not why. You've never even seen Jigsaw, Jazz.
No, I have. Isn't Jigsaw the one? Is that what? Which one is that? 8?
8. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched all of these fucking movies prior to this review.
Okay, so you did watch Jigsaw. Okay, I didn't think you. I had never watched it. That was my first time watching it.
I watched all of them. This movie did not need to be made. It did not. I stand on it. I was watching it, and I'm just looking at, and I'm just like,
it's okay. So it's Scream 4 is a cash grab too, right?
Scream 5 is a cash grab.
Scream 4 is a cash grab. Come on. Yes.
Okay.
Because they even keep.
But hold on.
You can't even with the story.
Jason, you can't even compare that for the simple fact Scream 4 was a continuation or trying to start a new chapter. This movie went back and decided we're going to insert events that happened between 1 and 2.
So did we need Orphan First Kill?
You didn't, but thank you. You didn't, but
thank you what?
No. Are you saying thank you to this?
I feel like this movie
was a different tone than what a lot of the Jigsaw movies were.
It was. It's kind of hard. It was.
That might be why I didn't connect with it as much.
Which I understand it. So okay, so the original agree to disagree was if this movie was made. Because I just want to, because we're gonna stay on this point with what you said. If this movie was made first, like if this was the first movie, what was you don't think it would have been as successful?
I don't think this would have been as successful as the original Saw one. No.
I think it would have. Because if this was the original movie, if this was you remove every, I mean, I know it is hard, and I'm not the type, I hate hypotheticals, but just hypothetically, you remove every one of the Saw movies, and this was the first movie you seen of what is Saw? You get introduced to a man who got cancer. Somebody tried to scam him. he kills them, and he has a lady and a cop on his team. So now, okay, so now what's next for this man? So why is he like he's killer? Is that the end for him? No, we get a part two. Then it makes me think about Don't Breathe. Then it makes me think about Don't Breathe. Man at the house, not bothering nobody. Niggas try to rob him. He killed him. Do we need a part two of that? No, we do not. But if you're going to make a part two, make it count. They make a part two, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
I haven't seen the part two of that.
Oh shit. Okay. So you should check that out. You should check that out. I do
Part one was
think
dope.
part two was too. I was just like, damn. And it's just like it's one of those movies that kind of it makes you root for somebody. You just like, nah, this is a fucked up part. Why am I, then it's like you even more fucked up than what the fuck you was in the first movie.
I
get it though, because I mean it's a prequel. When you start jumping back, it's just like for what?
But it's not even that. I like prequels because I feel like the Thing prequel was dope.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that. And so I just feel like with this, you change the tone. So you're more than just a prequel that is inserted between part one and part two. You change the entire tone and you pretty much humanize the villain who we know is psychotic as fuck. The two villains, you try to humanize them. So you just change that tone, and maybe it's just me as a viewer watching, and I'm just like, and I think their motivation was when you watch this, you are rooting for John. After all of the other movies, probably 8, because I don't remember Jigsaw in 9 because that shit was trash. And
he's not in
I know
he's just referenced. But now, I mean,
it's like you're rooting for him. Like the thing is, you saw villains worse than John. So where when John did put everybody in his trap, you was like, I don't feel bad for y'all because y'all deserved it. You had this scheme going on to where you were preying on people that were sick. And I understand if that's what their goal was, I completely respect it and all of that. But I'm just like,
so since you go in there, which movie was you looking at the person in the trap and you just like, damn, I don't think that's right.
I'm looking probably at everybody in part 2, everybody in part 1. You lock up your doctor because he's saying I can't cure you and because he's cheating on his wife. And then you lock up the photographer who's a private investigator taking pictures of him. I'm sorry. They didn't need to be in no trap. Like there was no reason for them to be in a trap. You lock up somebody because they eat too much food to you. My nigga, you must have watched the movie 7 way too many times and was like, I'm going to start incorporating the 7 deadly sins on each of the people in this daggone, in these traps. So it's just like he picked people who he thought were bad individuals. John, look in the mirror. Hello. Like, throw stone, you know what I'm saying? So, like, in this movie, and like Amanda, they were trying to change the tone to make you have sympathy for these characters, even though you knew the outcome of both of them.
There's
no way to look at this and think they were not trying to get sympathy from them.
I'm not going to say that, but I feel like they've always done that. Like it's always been a man who had cancer who felt as if he was dealt a bad hand, and he began to value life, and now he wants other people to value it as he does, or he cherish it as he does. Now I don't agree with it because I've always said fuck him, like because just based on everything, I think that's always been true through and through. Now, as far as them changing the tone, yes, they definitely changed it because it felt like a movie. It felt like a movie as opposed to like this whole thing of them jumping back and forth. Because typically you're trying to figure out the cops, like what are the cops doing, how they do this, or like how do they figuring this out, and we following that story. But it wasn't that. It was just him on an island going fucking rampant.
It was definitely a singular storyline because yes, normally we have multiple to where 2 things are happening at once, and this is the first movie where you did not have a cop get killed. Mm-hmm. So, but it's a risk to change the tone of a movie on the 10th movie.
I mean, the 10 movie shit, they changed Jason
No,
X. They put the bitch ass nigga in space.
Jason, don't bring that bum shit up. And we gonna go to that because I got some folks to call out. Because somebody thought it was a wise idea to say Jason's storyline was better than Ghostface's storyline, and he's smoking crack. I ain't gonna put his name out there, but I told him I
You
would
should
give
put
him
his name out there.
a
Tag him.
mention because there is no way on this earth that you feel like Friday the 13th has a better storyline than Scream. Jason, can we both agree?
Wait.
Oh, I know you fucking lying. Like we seem like we got a bunch of agree to disagrees tonight.
So what do we? So when we say
He said that Scream, he said that Friday the 13th has a better storyline than Scream.
you know my thought process on Scream though, right? You know how I feel about them white people.
All of them are white, Jason.
I'm just
Everybody is
saying.
white.
But if we sitting here and we just if I'm gonna say this to you, Jazz. I'm gonna just say this to you. I'm not gonna say a movie. I'm just gonna say, hey, which one are you riding with? I mean, I don't even know how you pitched it. I want to make a movie about a kid who goes to camp and gets killed, and he comes back and he kills the people that killed him or that neglectfully killed him. Or I want to make a movie about a kid whose mother leaves him because
You ain't even got to go through that. You could just say, I want to make a movie about a kid who kills all of his friends, all of the people in his close friend circle.
he kills his friend circle. Like if you just, but that I mean, that's every fucking. There's a whole bunch of shit.
I mean, but Scream was the layout for a lot of those. If somebody said those are your two ideas, and you can make up to 7 movies, ain't no fucking way, Jason, you're gonna sit up here and be like, oh, I can make 7 movies about a kid who got killed at a lake that's killing people that come to that lake.
Not the same lake. No, we can't be at the same lake. You gotta kind of switch.
Oh no, why? He's not moving lakes. Crystal Lake is his. That's where he died at.
So I mean, but he gotta leave the lake.
No, he can't. No, Jason, because that's where he gets his power. The thing is, when it comes to Jason, if they explored where he got his power and evilness from, then that might open things up. But Jason but hypothetically, you didn't get that from Michael Myers either. Michael was stalking babysitters and his sister. You can actually explore that storyline where he's like, oh, I'm about to kill everybody in my bloodline. Jason was killing people that was trying to get them some ass in the woods. Jason was a hater. Jason did not get no hoes, so he said, I'm going to kill your hoes. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying.
I'm not mad at that.
Ghostface killed you because you were getting hoes. Now, if you were a virgin, Ghostface didn't kill you based off Randy's rules. He didn't kill virgins, which is actually a fucking lie. But so I'm asking you, Jason, what storyline was better? You've seen all these movies. Was it Friday the 13th or was it Scream?
I'm riding with Scream. I'm definitely
I know. So I don't even know why the fuck we just spent 10 minutes discussing this because you over here like, well, let's think, Jazz. No.
I'm playing devil's advocate here. So I'm just trying to put it out there, man. I tried, brother. I tried to fight. Man. But was it good though? Jazz? We're gonna start with you.
All right. I'm gonna say it was. And I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend this movie. And I've had a few people ask me, like, oh, is it worth going to see it in theaters? And I'm like, I would say no. But when it comes to all of these movies, I think it's just, if it's something that you want to go see it and don't take anybody else's opinion on it. Me personally, I would have preferred to just watch this on streams at the house. But Yeah. Jason, was it good though?
It was. I was thoroughly impressed with this movie. I was trying to see where I would put it in the Saw franchise based on what was done. And it was, am I going with Saw this or two? That's where I was, because I mean, one is the definitive best movie that they had, because it was a fresh idea, it was an original idea, the twist was dope. So I think I landed. I think I'm probably gonna put this three. I probably would put this three. I probably would Saw one, two, and then I would probably make this three, because it was another. I'm not necessarily an original idea, but it's a change of pace for what the movie was. But I do feel like if they're gonna make this a trilogy, I don't know if this is the completion. They're gonna just be done with it, or if they're gonna do a trilogy. Like you gotta do some fresh shit. Like, I understand it's a prequel. We already know the ending for John, but like there's a way to still write that where it doesn't feel like, oh man, it's just like, because it's, you put John in the trap, it's like, we know he's not gonna die. Kill the other nigga at least. Like kill Carlos. Like make it hurt at least. Make it like, okay, so John was still learning in this. The only thing he learned is to not, put yourself in a situation where you left too, kind of like, well, you said it, they left too much of a chance. Like, you kind of thought these things were going to happen, like, so that's why he got fucked, or lack thereof in this situation. So
Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
What death hurt the most in this franchise for you?
I'm gonna say Carrie in part Saw 3. And the reason why is because she was in the first 3 films, because we saw her with Tap, which was Danny Glover's character in part 1, and then we also saw her, of course, in part 2 when she had I can't think of the cop's name, but the 2 cops that was in that one. And then when I saw her in 3, I was like, all right, Carrie about to die, because she's at the house looking at shit. I'm like, yeah, you about to be out of here. And she got out of her trap. Like, she put her hand in the acid, unlocked the key, and the shit wasn't opening. And I was just like, damn, I hate that Carrie died in that. But yeah, I think that's the one that hurt the most. Normally, like, for me, when I see repeat characters, I'm like, oh, that familiarity. I probably fucked that up, but we here. So I just be like, damn. But when you in a movie like this, you gonna die.
Yeah, they don't do too much plot armor in Saw. Everybody can get it. Mine was either Jill, because I was kind of upset they allowed Hoffman to they really let Hoffman get the fuck off on 3, 4, 5, and 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. They let that man get the fuck off. And it was like, bruh, you telling me ain't nobody? Like, nobody.
I don't understand how. I'm sorry, I hated his character.
Easily. He's easily. But like, they let that man get the fuck off. So either Jill or the cop that had Hoffman dead to rights, but just was too stupid. So either one, him.
You talking about the one that got shot? Oh no, you talking about
No.
the one that put his
Yeah. He survived. He
man.
survived the game. He survived. It wasn't a game. He was trying to kill him. Him, and he was in that little thing. He got crushed. Like, them two. Which cop unit got it the worst? I'm going Saw personally, because he killed every cop in every movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Saw as well. And I think the options is definitely between Saw, Scream, and Halloween. Yeah, I'm gonna go Saw as well, because for Scream and Halloween, they died when they were on duty. Jigsaw was killing these motherfuckers when they was with, like, snatching up when they was with their kids, when they was at the house. So he was more calculated with his, and the fact that he was able to get their file from them, well, from Hoffman. So yeah.
Of the games of every Saw, which game, if you was the main person, do you think you would have been able to survive? Me, I feel like either cop in 2 and 4, I would have won. Cause in 4, I would have been with my wife. I wouldn't have ever played any of them damn games. And Saw 2, I would have just sat and talked to that bitch ass nigga as he was dying at the table.
Jason, your kid is missing. You gonna
Ain't
go him off his word?
Jazz. At this point, I've seen what this man can do. There's no point in there's no if he told me to sit and just wait, I have to sit and just wait. Like, because I mean, he hasn't. I mean, based on anything, he's not went against anything he said. So I would have. So in that, I feel like I would have been patient enough to beat those. So yeah, that's me.
I mean, this is the first time he actually came face to face with Jigsaw, and you
That's
already
true.
know
That's
his
true.
track record of things that he's done. So to take him off of his word or risk your child's life,
That's a hard one.
that's really hard, because that has me going back to Ant-Man when I'm sitting here like, are you trusting Kang to take
Oh
you
yeah,
to your timeline?
Mhm.
Uh, you said I'm gonna trust him. I'm like, he could kill, destroy your whole timeline. But part 4, absolutely. I would have went to the crib, or I would have went on vacation.
Yeah, I would have dipped out. Everything kept telling you to leave. Everything kept saying, "Go with your wife. Go home.
Everybody,
Look at your wife.
even
Look at
the
the picture."
killer, even the killer told you to go home. He said, just go take some time. And you was like, I need to find them. But it was one of those situations where they always were able to successfully anticipate the next person's move, which what made them so dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So
Favorite trap in this franchise?
so for me, I think the trap that I know I would have died in, which I would have hated to be in, was the trap in part 4. No, it was part 3 when the black guy,
And the
all of his
twisting?
shit was turning.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that was some bullshit. That was some
Anytime I
bullshit.
see bones sticking out, I'd be like, oh Lord.
I forgot about you kind of squeamish with that, man.
Yeah.
I think my favorite was Saw 6 intro when the lady had to cut her arm off. Or that may have been
Mm.
7. That may have been 7. You had to cut her arm off. Like there was some quick thinking. She dropped that bitch off up in there. But my honorable mention, while I do think 6 is the best game, I do like the way the game in 5 went. Like the way they had to win that. Because you put somebody in those type of situations, they typically get selfish. So them not working together when they supposed to have been working together the entire time, but instead they was just fucking each other. Yeah, cause they fucked my girl Megan Good the fuck up.
Megan Good dies in every horror movie. She died
Uh,
and missed one missed call too. That bitch died in the intro. Spoiler alert.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
Don't worry. It was straight. It came out, I think, early 2000s.
Got you.
Yeah, they got Megan out of here. And that's how I
Uh,
knew she wasn't gonna survive. So
um, last question that I have. Um, what is your favorite revenge movie? Since this was about Get Back.
I looked this up and I was thinking, and I was like, the best one that I can definitely think of is going to be number one is Law Abiding Citizen with Jamie Foxx and Gerard Butler.
Damn, I didn't even think about that.
That
Man.
movie was so fucking good.
I was thinking out horror personally.
Oh,
But you
ooh,
can go. I like that. I mean, that's a. I think that's a thriller, not a horror. But I can. I mean, it's borderline, borderline. Um, I wish I would have thought like that, but fuck that. I am going to ride with Last House on the Left.
yeah. I'm not mad at that because a piece of me was thinking maybe I should do I Spit on Your Grave, but I was like, I don't want to go down that road. But yeah, some of the movies be like, what?
Yeah,
So,
nah, I get it. I get it, man. The way they did that one is definitely yeah, it was something. But this bitch ass camera wanna act a fool now. We at the end, you
right.
whore. That's what I need. That's what's next. Can't have this
But
bullshit.
yeah. Did you have any more questions?
I personally did not. I think that was it for me. As far as questions, but we got the Was It Good Though? Link of Thrones. That's what we haven't done yet.
We have some people's thoughts as well, but we can go ahead and knock out our Link of Thrones. Do you have your Link of Thrones ready?
Yes.
Who you
This
got?
motherfucker is not. It's just not. This is not cooperating with me. I'm going with Savan McGotty Lund. She's in a Thor TV show on Netflix.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a Thor. It's called Ragnarok. I'm sorry.
She's in Ragnarok.
It's a TV show, man.
Oh, okay.
It's on
Oh,
Netflix. People was like they didn't know that Thor was a real um Norse mythology.
oh, okay. I feel like I've seen that, but I was just like, I need to go check that out. Okay. And I am going to select Henry Michael Beach. And I am going to do the quote that Jason said earlier. Actually, no, I'm going to do the other one. Big Mama, your arm. He was Miles in Soul Food. But yes. So we have Jason, did you have any people's thoughts?
I
Uh,
didn't.
okay.
I didn't.
No problem. I got some from Twitter. Shout out to everybody who commented. We normally drop any kind of post of any kind of feedback or reactions for movies, and of course we are going to share those. So a few that I got from our Twitter is it was definitely worth the hype. It was so damn good, and I'm already ready for the sequel. Scream and Fast and the Furious series need to take notes. Otherwise, let the series die down and let the goats like this one carry on with core sequels. That was all right. You know, everybody has their opinions. Obviously, since I said I gave it a 5, you
Who
know,
the fuck said? Who the fuck said that?
it was one of the folks that commented on our post on our Twitter. So
They're going in. They love this shit, don't they?
yeah, they definitely did. Another one on our Twitter was and of course when we dropped this, since this movie was newly released, we asked for non-spoiler comments. And so shout out to Craig who commented, was like, avoiding story spoilers is difficult due to the context, but I'm going to say this. Is it, do you pronounce his name Tobin or Tobin?
Tobin.
Tobin Bell is a much better actor than those who think he's just some horror guy is. And I know, Jason, that you definitely mentioned that when you told me you went to go see it, you was like, yo, Tobin is great. And I was just like, well, yeah. But that he also mentioned like that's damn sure. Love this movie. Can't wait for a rewatch. So shout out to everybody, those two individuals that gave us their feedback on this. Obviously, they enjoyed this film a lot. I don't know why my man felt the need to take a shot at Scream. I thought that was kind of, man, to do that. But yeah, so shout out to them for commenting on that. So Jason, could you please drop your rankings for the Saw franchise? Do you have your rankings available of best, your favorite to least favorite?
Wait. When you say you mean top three, you not talking about
I'm talking about all of them. If
why the
somebody
fuck
was
would
to
I
ask you,
why the
why would
fuck
you
would I
have that?
why the fuck would I have that?
I got it. So I thought you might have it. So I mean, this is October. This is horror movie month. This is horror festival or whatever the fuck you said in the intro. Like, you ain't got it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna let you go first.
I will give mine. And this is from favorite to least favorite. Mine is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 5, 6, 9. Yeah, I
Six
had that
being at
shit ready.
six being at the end is a travesty, bro.
Yeah. When I rewatched it, I was like, this didn't give me that feel. So yeah.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Did I get
I'm gonna go 1, 2, X, 3, 6, 4, 7, 8, 9.
okay? The fact that 9 is at the bottom for both of us says a lot. I love rooting for black folks, but whoo, they missed in that one. But yeah. But was there anything else you wanted to add for this episode?
Um, do I have anything else? No, I personally don't, man. Dope episode 70, the horror is among us. The Halloween season is among us. So just be prepared for some of this horror talk. A lot of it. A lot of horror talk.
We got to it in this episode, but that's just we're gonna keep that same energy like all month. So when it comes to horror, it's like kids in a candy store.
It is. You think the Marvel talks be crazy? These horror talks are to be crazy.
It's about to be wild. We're gonna be hitting some nerves. I do have a quick question for you. Which game do you feel like Jigsaw had more skills in? Monopoly, Spades, or Uno?
Monopoly, Spades, or I don't take him for the maybe Spades, because I don't care about Monopoly to be like you got to have skills in that. I think it's just I think you got to be calculated, but skills I don't think you really got to be skilled for that. I don't like the game either, so and I'm kind of not the person to ask about Monopoly.
Okay. Mine is Monopoly.
Why
Yeah.
Monopoly?
Jigsaw seemed like he would be like, all right, let me go ahead and try to roll it this way. And let me buy this type of property and make sure I'm on this side of the board. And he'll seem like he would try to sell certain properties to certain people. But then in the end, he ended up taking all their money because he knows the most common areas that somebody land on. So Monopoly, you definitely got to be calculated, but you don't like the game. So I understand.
Yeah.
But that's all I had.
Got you, man. But this was episode 70. I don't know what the hell was going on with my camera. I'm gonna have to switch to this bullshit on here. But hey, man, we gotta get it. We gotta make sure it work. We appreciate everybody that's listening, people that's watching, people that's communicating with us in our podcast community, social media pages. We are on the road to 500 followers or subscribers on our YouTube page. So please like, share, subscribe, share that shit, subscribe, share that shit, subscribe. Yeah, man. Jazz, you got anything for the people?
Nah, I just definitely want to give a shout out to everybody who engages with us. We are definitely going to be on the episode. Well, actually, I think we recorded this past week, an evening at the movies. So we're gonna be guests on that episode, or excuse me, on that podcast. So shout out to them. And just we got some treats coming. We got some bonuses coming this month, and we also got some lives coming. So we working and traveling.
Working and traveling, man. So again, this is episode 70, Saw 10, Saw X, as Jazz like to say. If you don't have any other things, man, deuces.
Yes. I'm like, what does Jazz say? I don't even say none of that.